Are you listening? Damn.
Welcome to the Fermented Reality Beercast. Today is March 1st.
Yeah.
March 1st. We got out of February. Vaccines coming along. Captain Joe Biden has been vaccinating people at a rapid pace, which is enjoyable.
You got
Captain
your vaccine.
Denny's with us.
You got your vaccine already there, Joel?
No, not yet. I'm definitely working on it. I got a good lead. Apparently, there's a lot of churches that are being given vaccines, but the congregation is trepidatious, so they wind up with extras at the end of the day. So if you call some of these places, they're like, "Yeah, we got some. Come on down." And that day they give you a card to come back on whatever date to get the second dose. And I'm totally down. I really am. Although I do believe I still have antibodies because I got it. Well, I don't know. Was it 6 months ago? No, it was less than that. I don't know. So there's a possibility that I still have antibodies.
Well, we need to get ourselves and go live on the Facebook.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But we need to get Denny. We need to get Denny vaccinated so that he feels like he can come to Tampa and drink and hang out.
Well, I'm still waiting on some newer vaccinations to get out in the wild. I think I like the second dose of vaccines better.
There's already like a third type, isn't there? Like there's two. There's one with a delivery vehicle that's been used. Then there's one with a delivery vehicle, or there's another one that's kind of new, and now I think there's a third one that just got approved.
Yeah, there's a new Pfizer one that's like collaborating with someone else, and both the last two don't require the ultra cold freezer. So I think in one dose, they're both one dose. So I'm all about the one dose.
Absolutely.
I hear that. I mean, I'm so impartial at this point. I just would like to get it so that I just don't want to worry about it anymore.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, man. If they wanted to come by my house and just do a drive-by, put my arm out the window, shot, done. I'll take it right now. I'm not one of those people that's worried.
That's funny.
I'm already having 2 kids. It's fine. Give me the shots. I get cancer. Whatever.
Well, to be honest, I'm not in a rush because I know that within 3 months it's going to be generally available to most people, and it's not going to be a problem. So, while you're going live, let me do a little. Can I just say that I hate Facebook like so much?
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I don't know why. I just I want to like it. I like a lot of the people that I'm friends with on there. Some of them have cool things to say, and then other times I'm just like, man, what am I doing here? Okay, let's.
When you're caught in that cycle of Facebook trap where you're just like, why am I looking at this right now? It's like when I used to smoke cigarettes, and I'd pull a cigarette out, and I wanted to quit, and I keep pulling the cigarette out, and I keep buying them, and I just keep getting more and more frustrated with myself. It's kind of how I feel about Facebook as I get older.
That's pretty true. Because I did the same thing. I feel the same way. And yes, I'm at the stage where I'm like hating myself every time I go on Facebook.
Yeah.
Denny, Joel Big Ham.
I'm trying. Facebook wants me to.
And Timothy.
Boy, Facebook.
How's the mic sound, by the way? Do I sound like I got my money's worth here?
You sound like you got your money's worth.
All right.
Tagged you guys.
It sounds good. Yeah,
I will say that this baby right here is like the genuine lifesaver right here.
Yeah, what's that boom arm? That's like a super extender, huh?
It's the Gator framework one. It's like literally the one from the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm like, fuck it.
Go
better
big.
version of this one that they have on the podcast, like on the Rogan podcast. It's like $50 more or whatever, $70 more. I don't know. I was like, it wasn't that big of a difference. And of course, once I get this one, I'm like, fuck, I should have got the better one. But it is what it is. It's all for fun. But I will say I should have just got 2 of these to start with. I would have saved myself a lot of fucking trouble.
Yeah. What prompted you to go and buy some new gear?
Okay, so my kid, I'm building her. Well, we're going to attempt to build her a relatively inexpensive gaming PC out of an old shell that I've got left sitting around. Long story short, I'm a geek. I play PC gaming, and I've been doing it for
nerd.
Years, man. But I've got friends that I've met over the years, and I mean, we've gone to each other's weddings. Like I've watched these guys, get married, have kids and stuff. So I mean, I hardly play very often anymore, but whenever I would play, I always had a really good mic, which is why I had that Snowball to begin with. And my kid, like I said, I want to build her a PC, so I gave her my Snowball, and figured it was time for an upgrade.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
the-
should actually
Snowball's
gain
$100.
down a little bit, Tim.
Am I a little too loud?
I think you're a little hot. Does anyone
I
else
don't
think
know.
that?
No,
I'm
for me,
Getting him,
to me,
Denny. I'm
that's
getting him
fine.
way hotter than you. I'm getting him way hotter than Chris.
Oh,
I am turned up. Hold on. Let me turn myself down. Is that better? Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, I hold on. Let me turn my computer speakers back up again.
Yeah, I might have been turned up. I was in the red and I looked at the program. I must have.
okay. Well, you sound good. You do sound good. It's definitely you got
Microphone's great.
Yeah, you got a richer, deeper boom coming out of that mic. Not that saying that you got a wussy voice or anything. It's just,
That's
No,
basically
no,
It's
what
got
I
better
heard.
pickup. It's got better pickup.
I'm not a huge fan of my own voice, and I don't think most people are. I mean, for the most telecaster. And
Brimming with confidence.
Uh-huh.
oh no, I mean I'm honest. It's a difference, But no, I got home and I put this fucker on my computer, and I got in there and I recorded my voice, and I was like, oh, all right, that doesn't sound that
doesn't
bad.
sound so. Yeah,
This
sounds
is
good.
fine. It's fine.
All
I
right,
think
so Tim, I think you convinced me now that I'm gonna have to put an order in for one of those myself. I've been looking to get a dynamic mic just for the fact to help get rid of some of the background noise.
Yeah.
And of course make it sound. You always want to, like you said, you always want to sound better than what you think you sound like. And I also don't think my voice is that great. Although some people like it.
You got a pretty good radio voice, bud.
It's
Yeah, I
not
would
too
think
bad.
but these radio voice, yeah.
Yeah, so I think if I get this mic, it just might step it up one step more, and I can do less back end correction for the noise that I have to remove from my background that shows up in the recording. So I think, you know what, time to upgrade.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that it does both USB and the
Yeah.
other connection, right? So I can
Uh,
eventually upgrade to that too.
So, Denny, you want to trade me beer for your mic again?
Now the problem is I don't know how well it works in a group, like when you have a round table and you want to talk to people.
This is a family show, Denny.
not a circle jerk.
Oh,
a
group. Right. Sorry.
But
Say that on like a USB basis, I wouldn't probably have two of them in the same room just because the pickup on it is a little bit different. But when you do the XLR input, like we have here, then you have a lot more control over that gain, and you can adjust it to pretty much if you want to sit on that mic, you won't hear it unless.
Well,
you're
but
on.
you also have a whole board that Denny doesn't have.
Yeah, well,
You know?
yeah, it could be a future purchase as far as the board. It's ready, right? So I can use the USB immediately, and then I can eventually upgrade and get the other stuff as I go.
Yeah, I mean the honestly the XLR cable comes with it, with the boom arm and all this shit, and then I'm not even using USB-C. So if you have a USB-C port on your computer, like a laptop or a Mac,
Oh yeah.
and you plug it
Tell
into
him about
that,
it, Joel.
like software pops up that I'm not even using right now that allows you to take a lot more control over your voice,
Yeah.
and fine tune it a lot more.
Yeah.
Well, USB-C is really fast too, so you're getting really good throughput on that. Sorry, I nerded out for a second. Here, let's talk about what we're drinking. I would like to know what everybody's drinking right now. I don't even see Tim with a beer.
If I didn't have so much equipment around me, I'd be drinking more coffee.
Do you have a beer to get? Yeah, he does. Okay, good.
Okay.
Chris,
Well,
what are you drinking?
I was gonna say we'll wait till he gets back, but today I'm drinking Wild Leap Partners in Crema.
Is that a malt liquor?
No, it's a coffee stout with cocoa and coconut.
Wild Leap. Where did you get that?
Wild Leap
Never heard.
Tabor.
Oh my gosh! Come on, man! Come on!
Listen, haters, I just got a box in today, and I'm really
Hate.
excited. Yeah, got some Coastal Sunshine, Joel.
Shit's good.
I know. I'm
Shit's really
excited.
good. Is that the sour one?
I can't remember which one it was. Denny, I got some Revision. I got some Burial. I got I got a beer that I'm really excited about called Reno as fuck.
What does that mean?
I don't care.
Reno as fuck.
You know what? I bought it based on two things. One, Revision Brewing. Right? I've always liked their stuff anytime I go out.
I've never heard of them. You're schooling me right now.
Hey, you want to do some day drinking? We can.
Yeah, you guys need another video.
I know. I got a little
Yep.
sidetracked.
Yep.
I've been sidetracked. I will get back main tracked in a minute.
And starts with furniture, buddy.
Yeah.
That was so good. I laughed so hard when you texted me that the other day. But yeah, so I'm drinking some this coffee stout from Wild Leap out of Georgia, out of LaGrange, Georgia.
Down at LaGrange.
Yeah, down at LaGrange.
I didn't know LaGrange was really a spot. Isn't that that's a
we need to
ZZ
get
Top song, right?
Playing. Yeah.
Somebody get that ZZ Top song a little bit in the background. Just give me like
I'll
give me
get it.
30 seconds of LaGrange.
It's
just
my
low.
it's my favorite. That's my favorite ZZ Top song.
Man,
I know it's obscure, but it's one
it's
I
not.
just love. Right?
Oh,
It just
Denny.
boom, boom.
I'm so with you, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm so with
yeah.
you. We make it low, Chris, so that we don't get flagged too hard, right?
We're gonna get flagged regardless.
Oh, it's fine. We're still young. We can make some mistakes.
Yeah, the intro just gets me every time.
All right, now what do you got? What do you got, Timmy? So we got this weird beer from Chris from Tavor, and we don't care about Tavor because it's not local beer, and we didn't buy it locally.
No, we can.
But we love Chris anyway. What is this?
Look at that zoom action.
What the fuck is that?
That
is cool. Is that Tripping Animals?
No, this is Collective Arts Universe IPA. It's pretty fucking sweet, isn't it?
For people who don't know, Collective Arts specifically tries to change up can artwork on the regular with, I want to say local artists, or they just pick cool art, and they do a good job of that. And their beer's definitely good. It's very, very good. I hate using the word solid. Most people would say solid. I think their beer's very good.
Just as long as you're not saying crushable.
Oh, yeah.
That's the other one that people hate. I mean, listen, my boy Victor Taylor is over all that. If you say solid to him, I mean, he just looks at you like you got 5 heads. He's like, it just doesn't describe anything, right? It's like if you're really a nerd, the word solid doesn't mean anything to anyone. Crispy does, malty does, lots of words. Here we go. I hear it. Oh my god! I mean, it's like it's rock and roll perfection.
Yeah,
good stuff.
I have the original that I've had for 30 years, but I also have the remastered version. And man, I love when they can remaster it and just make it pop. Like, I mean, it's really nice.
Denny's new nickname is LaGrange, I think. Look at that beard. That is. I'm telling you. I saw an old picture of me. I'm growing my beard a little bit out. I saw an old picture where I kind of, it got so long that I wound up trimming it nicely, and it kind of looked good. I don't know.
I'm going a little bit crazy because I used to go every month to get my beard trimmed so it stayed nice and neat. I haven't gone since I started growing this out in September 1st. So I'm just letting it go. And then I think in probably beginning of May, I'm going to shave it all off again, go bald face for summer.
I haven't done a cleanly shaven, a cleanly shorn face in a very long time, actually.
No, I don't want to.
It's been a minute. I know. I don't really want to either. I don't really want to. I don't think people would recognize me.
They don't. But it's also refreshing to just do something different and
feel some wind on your face.
Yeah, and feel some wind. You get used to having the beard without being able to tell that you're really hotter than you really are. But this last summer when I shaved it off after like 7 years of not shaving it, it was like I was like air conditioning on my face all the time. It's 100 degrees outside. And I've got
air conditioning on my face all the time is the best. Yeah. I like air conditioning on my face. That sounds good.
Then you get this right
here.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Oh, look at Tim. Is that me? Oh, that good. He spelled my last name wrong.
Bingham.
That's great. the Bingham. Oh my God! So here's the story on that pic. Let me tell the story on that pic real quick. So that is the last. That is the last picture that I took at like corporate America, where like the boss had the photographer come in and take all staff pictures, and I got a good haircut that day, and I was still young and attractive and clean cut, and God, I don't miss that person.
Well,
I don't know who that was.
Now we go to it, and then this is the Joel we all know and love.
Oh man, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Look at they spelled my last name right. Isn't that amazing?
Well, it damn well better be. It's your own damn website.
Well, that's Tim.
Oh, look at that, dude, Charlie.
It was
What's
Daniel. Look, nice job.
right.
So, hey, Mr. Denny, what are you drinking?
So because it's 2021, I made a new beers resolution that I was going to drink more beer flavored beer.
Cheers to that.
And we just did an episode on Tap to Craft podcast on Pilsners. And I've been drinking some Pilsners. And one of the Pilsners that I absolutely love, that is actually a lighter beer to drink too. It's like under 100 calories. And it's just fantastic. Great flavor, refreshing, wonderful beer. Another North Coast
I
Brewing.
know what that is. That's one of my
Scrimshaw.
I love that beer.
And you notice it's in a can. So they started doing 16-ounce cans of their Old Rasputin, which I got that in cans. And now 6 packs of this 16-ounce beer, which is great. I think 16 ounces of this lighter, it's like 4%. What is it? Like 4%, I think. It's a lighter beer, but man, it is so refreshing. And
It's 4.5.
so clear, too. In this B cup, it looks nice in this B cup.
I agree.
And even the bubbles, you probably can't tell. You can kind of see bubbles in there, can't you? The
But
bubbles are still coming up.
It's a super legit German style pils, man. Of American breweries who make German style pils that are kind of nationally available like that, I feel like that might actually be the best one.
I love it.
Give me another one. Give me another nationally available Pilsner. Lagunitas Pils is being discontinued, by the way.
Really?
That's
really?
what I was told by the. Well, maybe in Florida only, but I don't know why it would be Florida only. Like I think that they'll have it at the brewery and stuff, but I think it's coming out of distribution.
Wow, that's my next favorite one. Is theirs is really good too.
I love it. I
Those
think
are
it's
my two
delicious.
favorite. Yeah.
What's another Pilsner that's German style, by the way?
Well, these are both Czech style Pilsners, the Lagunitas and the Scrimshaw.
No, Scrimshaw's listed as German.
Yeah, but I think it's mistaken
Yeah,
because it's
you
not
got
German.
size in there.
No, it's Tettenhang and Hallertau.
Named for delicate engravings.
I believe.
Finest European tradition using Munich malt and Hallertauer and
Tettenhang.
How do you Tettnang?
Yeah.
Tettnang hops. I never said that word before in my life.
That one's my favorite. That's my favorite. Both I like Hallertau and
I don't know,
Tettnang, but Tettnang is my favorite noble hop.
What about Victory? Victory does one.
Oh yeah, the Prima Pils. That's another good one.
Prima Pils is
I
good.
love-
Okay, I agree. Prima Pils is
I
very
don't,
good.
I don't know if that falls into the German style, but
Well, it's not Flensburger Pilsner. Well, let's be honest. Denny, I don't know if you've ever had that or if that's available to you. It comes in flip top bottles, little 11.2s.
What's the name of it again?
Flensburger.
No, I don't think I've had Flensburger.
Oh, buddy, it's the numero uno. When you come, I'll make sure it's on tap. It is good.
So I'm drinking lagers today. 2
Good.
Pilsners and of course I'm still trying to finish up my case of Märzen,
Märzen, as they
So,
say.
yeah.
And I'll say this because I have this glass from Brandon makes. Brandon makes you say it. Hofbräu. Hofbräu is. I swear to God. Listen, I've now pulled a lot of people. I thought he's full of shit and he's trying to make me a fool. No, it's Hofbräu. I don't know. Hofbräu, right?
Really?
Hofbräu.
I've never heard
But
it
this
called that.
is plucking pills. Here, let me. I actually just got a nice description from the brewer.
So Joel,
Yes.
you and me are drinking Pilsners. That's good. We didn't
Yes,
even
sir.
plan this.
This is big plucking pills. Bronze medal winner at Best Florida Beer 2020.
no,
A
I
Pilsner
did
malt
have this,
showcase.
Denny, before we started. Little Double Mountain Kolsch, which was
Let me get my description out, man.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to give a shout out to June here. Okay, so by the way, this is Barry House, who's right down the street there in Ybor City. They're awesome. They're cool guys. They make great beer. There's no reason to not support them. So, big plucking pills, a Pilsner malt showcase with a pillowy white head, firm dosage of noble hops creates a thirst-quenching beer with a crisp finish that will make you crow. It's 4.7. I'll tell you right now, this is as clean as any German Pilsner I've ever really had. The only other Pilsner that's made by an American brewery that I've ever really had that kind of touches this is Jeff Bagby, who's out in California, who reliably recreates these amazing beer styles as well. Denny, when you come, we're going to Barry House. Like that's
Okay.
definitely happening. And I just
Yeah.
put that. I'm the only guy in Tampa with them on tap right now, I believe. We have their, what's it called, Chris?
Tampa Export.
Tampa Export. I want to say they have this export lager thing that for which there's no category. He says German export lager is what that is, which I don't really understand what that is, but
Real good.
there's no untapped category for it. It's super crisp. It's super good. I love the beer. So big shout out to Barry House and this big pluckin' pills. Go visit Barry House. And coming to my mind is Bastet. Everyone go check out Bastet too. I just saw Houston, who is the head brewer and owner of Bastet Brewing, which
I
is
still have
also
to
in
get
Ybor
over
City.
there.
Chris, you know what? Maybe you and I should go there.
You want to?
Why don't we go day drinking over there someday soon? And it gets me out of here, and then people aren't calling my name, and then we can hang out in the middle of the day in Bastet, which I'm sure, in the middle of a weekday, it can't be busy over there.
So here's always my question to you. Do you just want me to like text you once a week and go, hey, you want to get together? Do you want to get together? Do you want to get together?
Yes, please. I know I know you feel like you're bugging me, but you're not. I
Okay.
need people to remind me in my life because I don't set enough reminders in my calendar and do all that
Okay.
kind of shit. So, treat me like a baby. And
All right, you guys heard it. The whole world just heard it. All right.
Joel, are you sure that you? It's like my schedule just changes a lot, so it sucks. But I do like when we do day drinking, and we do need to do that again soon. We'll get that done.
Yeah.
So, all right. So here, where's my topic book? Oh.
Topics.
Oh.
You know what I just got? I just got an email for this, and I'm gonna. My next beer is gonna be related to this. Okay.
On the idea of topics, today in history, it is March 1st. Nazi Charles Lindbergh's son was kidnapped, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
March 1st.
What?
All right.
What?
History right there. Just throwing that out there.
Can we edit that out?
You're absolutely correct.
You're totally a fucking Nazi.
Where's my sound effect for like? Where's my?
He's not wrong though.
I got more topics.
That's great. I was just about to give a topic, and then he jumped in and gave a topic. What kind of way is that to run a radio show?
Nazi, way to go.
Go for it.
All right. So listen, Dogfish Head, canned cocktails. What? They're making a vodka, like it's like a vodka. See if you can bring that up, Chris. It's funny. I feel like you're what was the Joe Rogan guy? He'd be like, Jamie, bring this up.
I can be that. I'm good with that.
They have a whiskey sour, a vodka soda, and a vodka lemonade.
Sours.
Dogfish Head canned cocktail. Tell me more
Why
about
did
this canned cocktail. Let's see.
Cocktail. Give me a little cocktail over here. If I can type
I mean,
it
it's
correctly.
a family show, but we'll talk about some cocktail.
Okay, here we go.
cocktail.
Here we go. Here we go. They want to know if I'm over 20.
Just for people on the
Yes.
on the tube, which is
Yes, I
you.
am. Okay.
Here we go. Oh, look at this. And they're
What?
showing you. Oh, they're using it as a mixer. What? Or
No.
are they blueberry
Okay, let's
shrub
listen to
vodka soda?
Strawberry and honeyberry vodka lemonade.
Whoa, they got a bunch of stuff. So this is their seltzer line, but they're doing the vodka thing.
Strawberry.
7%.
This is their
Everywhere
Available
except
everywhere except these fine states.
of which we are not in, so we can have
Yeah.
it. 7%. That means I probably can't sell it. I think when
Fine.
it hits 7%, it's a 4-cop product and not a 2-cop product. And for the nerds, for the non-business nerds out there, 2-cop is beer and wine. 4-cop includes liquor. When you have and it's more 4-cop licenses are more expensive. You have to have
Gotcha.
food and blah 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 blah.
Gotcha.
but wait a minute, it's 7%. You serve beers that are over. Oh, because it's not a beer.
Right.
It's weird, Denny, when they start mixing and it's a mixed drink. There's a different ABV that
Okay.
you know how everything is made.
Yeah.
This one's also sitting at 7%. The blueberry shrub vodka soda.
That kind of sounds good too, right?
It sounds refreshing. I
So
like to have that.
So are they doing this because now they're part of Sam Adams and this is their Beyond Beer?
So they
portion of
started
Dogfish Head?
distilling a couple of years ago. They were
Yes.
putting out their own gin, their own
Yes.
vodka, their
Still
own,
do.
I mean, yeah. So if we can go back in
The
there.
question is, does Sam Adams own Dogfish Distilling? Like, was that part of the deal or not?
So here you go.
Or is
Denny.
this a way
Little
for
bit of
Sam to make more money for Sam and not for
Say the other Sam,
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but
I don't know.
So they do a lot of distilled spirits. Now, I wonder if, I don't know, it just seems odd that they would go into this, this type of canned cocktail thing. I mean, that's a Sam Adams, that's a bigger business, and Dogfish Head is a beer. I mean,
well,
they
I
can
know,
do some
but let me paint the picture for you. Dogfish Head now is big business, right? Yeah. I mean, that's a fact. Dogfish Head is big business, it doesn't have to be a good or bad thing. It's just a thing. And High Noon is absolutely my number one product. And it was a product that I wasn't even selling until people kept asking me for it to such an extent that I had to carry this fucking product. And now it's my number one product every day.
Oh, really?
So, and I'm sorry, the point of that, Denny, that you might not know is that High Noon is a vodka soda product. They don't put themselves out there as a seltzer, although they are equivalent. Okay. It's like a 5% product. It's just like White Claw. They actually use real fruit juice. Like, it's only 10% or something, but it's fruit juice. And then they use vodka, and it's under an ABV, and then bing, bang, boom. It's good stuff, too. I got to say, I don't love seltzers, all of them. I kind of dig the High Noon.
Yeah, a lot of them are hit or miss.
They're not bad.
We have a metric shit ton of them in here. It's crazy. I bought it all for Super Bowl, and I overbought on purpose. I mean, just because you don't know what the crowd, you can't predict the crowd, right? So you want to make sure that you have enough of this product. They only deliver once a week. They will not make another delivery, right? Like, I'm not going to call them on Saturday and have them drop off. I bought, oh my God, it was a lot.
Pallets?
You got March, man.
It was definitely, it was pallets. I don't know how they brought it all in, but the last order was 5-digit order of White Claw came in the door. Nice. Like, yeah, it was insane. And I already had a stack that was pretty high. I got the highest Noon in town. Let's put it that way. I'm not buying High Noon for like 2 months probably.
Gonna run a special.
It's okay. So Dogfish Head, I think this is a smart move for them.
And they're gonna do it their way too. It's not gonna be like the same as raspberry this and orange.
Right, they're gonna be a little off-centered. That's my favorite part of their brand, right? Is
same.
This off-centered look at everything. I've got a man crush on Sam Calagione. I'll admit it. It's fine.
Gay! Yes.
Very good. Thank you, Tim.
That was perfect.
That's what we need you here for. You're definitely hired tonight. That was
good.
I'll take it. I said it was a man crush. Him and Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah.
So we haven't chatted since the Super Bowl VIP. Now, how did that week go for you? Did everything work out as planned? Was it less than what you thought it would be, or was it like over the top?
Super Bowl was very, very good. The week was less than I expected, right? The actual weekdays, and I think that had a lot to do with, as we talked about, having Kansas City as the winner and not Buffalo. There's a ton of Buffalo fans here already. People from Buffalo would have been happy to drive down early and party and do whatever, and the people from Kansas City just weren't doing that, and that's all okay. Friday was great. Saturday was banging. My staff absolutely fucking killed it on Saturday. Like, we left the park on Saturday. We did better numbers on Saturday than we've ever done in our history. And we left the park for like 2 or 3 hours just to go get away and get a sandwich and play a little Golden Tee and blah, blah, blah. And then come back. And we come back to perfect normalcy. And we staffed it well. And it ran really well, dude. It ran really well. Super Bowl was a little bit different. People got rowdy. It was what it was. We're in a public center, and they tried to keep people out, and we did our best, right? But it did turn into a little bit of a melee, but that's okay. Whatever. Neither here nor there.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was leaving these guys running the bar and taking, tending to things. And so anyways, I walked outside after this was all finished. And again, there was a lot of shit going on at that bar that I couldn't see because I was having
Timmy, we're not getting into details of Super Bowl on the air.
I went
not on the air. We can talk about this all we want off the air. There's none of this that's happening on the air.
not talking about the beer garden. I was talking about what was going on outside the beer garden.
I know, but that's the streets after.
Yeah.
The streets after the downtown streets were a dumpster fire. If that's what you mean. I mean, literally, wasn't there literally a dumpster on fire?
Oh, probably. I mean, actually, as I was walking home, I saw people gunning it down the street, like sitting on the hood of cars, shooting off fireworks. I mean, it was like you're like.
I heard more engine revving than I've ever heard in my whole life. Like people just
Said from a guy from Jersey.
Hey man, I said from a guy who sits on 7th Street in Ybor pretty frequently and hears all that bullshit. Like this was crazy.
No, it was an absolute dumpster fire after the fact. But I mean, I think that's what everybody expects when, for one, a team wins a Super Bowl, but for another, they win the Super Bowl at home. So I mean, that was
I agree with that.
Kind of unprecedented. And actually,
I don't think Tampa was ready. I don't think the cops here were ready. I don't think that.
Well, don't we have another go at it for the Super Bowl in like 2024 or something? Don't we have another
Tampa?
Yeah, just because we got the COVID Super Bowl.
Really? I don't think that's true, but I'll take it. That would be great.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's true.
Tampa Super. I don't think it's going to happen, but I mean, I think we're in the running for it.
Sounds like a bunch of butthurt people who are like, me. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I do think about that though. If that was real Super Bowl, holy shit! Like it would have been the Saturday that was awesome. Would have been all week long. It would have been crazy.
Yeah. So the next 2 Super Bowls are set for 2022 and 2023, and then Super Bowl for 2024 is open. And the headline is Tampa will get consideration to host next available Super Bowl.
After I finish let me ceremoniously. Anyone else want to chug with me? Anyone else want to finish their beer with me? I should say. Oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. See, you need a break anyway, Denny. Oh, see, I'm late. Well, I had a whole liter, so this is my second beer. Just if I'm being fair. Okay, here we go.
Chug, 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 chug. And he's doing it for real. There's nothing coming off the side of his face. I'm so proud of you,
Joel. Keep it up, pal.
Oh, look at that. There it is. I can't even see his face. That mug's so fucking big.
He's taking it all down.
Jesus.
Taking it all in.
Yep. Where's the soundbite that says relax the jaw?
No, where's the Barney shit?
Relax the jaw.
I need Barney.
Good job, Joel.
I don't know what I'm doing. Right? Isn't that what does Barney say?
I don't know, Homer. I don't know how to do anything.
I don't know how to do anything unless I'm drunk.
Oh no!
Terrible. Okay, Dogfish Head 90-minute coming up. All right, so I picked up little Dogfish Head 90-minute. My best 90-minute story so far was created by a girl who worked for us, Liz, a.k.a. Leaning Liz. Big shout out to Leaning Liz. She used to lean all the time, and she owned it. She was like, yes, I'm Leaning Liz. Leaning Liz, we would do shift beer at the end of the night, and this is when I closed this bar down, 5 nights a week for the first year plus, easy. And shift beer at the end of the night, Liz, whenever we had 90-minute on, she'd be like, shift beer is 90-minute, because we let them have their shift beer. It's $8 or under, and they could have any beer on the menu that's $8 or under. And Dogfish Head 90-minute 12-ounce pour was $8.
$7.95.
and we would chug it. Her whole thing was you had to chug your 12-ounce 90-minute. It's the one beer that you can chug, and you will feel the one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care who you are or how much you drink. If you chug 190-minute and wait, 10 minutes probably, you'll start to feel it. It'll loosen you up very quickly. And you're not going to get drunk, but you're definitely going to be like, holy shit. Definitely had a beer. It's very good. Malty, delicious. If you've never had Dogfish Head 90-minute, please. If you're Sam Calagione and you're out there, I know you did that whole thing with Spiegelau and the glasses. These are B-Cups. B-Cups IPA cups. They enhance the flavor and aroma of your beer, all while using a plastic cup. BPA free. Take it to the beach.
Dishwasher safe.
dishwasher safe. It's just like the Spiegelau stuff, except cheaper, and
It doesn't break.
doesn't break, and it's amazing. Cheers.
I've got a whole commercial right up here as many times as I freaking.
Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, B cups the only style specific beer cup for people on the go. Whether you're out on the boat, out on the beach, hanging out by the pool.
You must be one of them low IQ kind of niggas.
That's right, I am.
Perfect.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
IQ 90, I think. Is that high or low?
I'd hope it's higher than that. I
What-
want to say I'm in triple digits, but you know.
What's the Mensa
Oh shit,
IQ?
Professor, you're right.
Thank you.
I like that. What's the Mensa plateau?
The Mensa IQ.
Not the
score.
Mendoza line, but the Mensa plateau.
The Mensa.
And does anyone know what the Mendoza line is?
No.
No.
No? Oh. Hold on. I'm going to check my facts. I'm going to
Mendoza.
say it. I'm going to say it as I check it. You ready? Pretty sure the guy's name was Manny Mendoza.
Close. It does start with an M.
Michael
Mario.
Mendoza. Mario Mendoza. So the Mendoza line is the 200, basically 200 batting average is the Mendoza line. So if you hit under, I believe his career, am I right, Chris? Well, hold on, I'm reading it.
It was 200.
His career batting average is 200. So as long as you can hit above 200, you're hitting above the Mendoza line. And for anyone who has ever followed baseball, hitting 200 is really awful. Like, you don't want to hit
like
200. Hitting 300 is amazing. Hitting what's a Tony Gwynn thing? What he won one year? What 353 or Ted Williams hit 360 or something, right? Like, let's look that up actually.
Well, Ted Williams had one of the highest hitting
so
percentages
Tony
of all time.
Gwynn's career batting average was 338.
Dude, that guy was amazing when I was a
That's
kid.
nuts.
But yet 200 is like that's like National League pitcher level type
But that's
of
a
hitting.
that's a
like,
hit every 5 at bats.
Yo, it's
Yeah, I mean it's like a bunt.
Well, that's
or a
200
walk, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
mean,
why. Look,
I would-
2020
0-0-0.
Juan Soto hit 351 last year. Holy shit, 351 is pretty dope. 370 is Barry Bonds in 02. 372 Tony Gwynn. Oh my God, 1997 Tony Gwynn hit three. Oh, here it is, 394. There's actually a beer named after Tony Gwynn, I believe, called 394 in San Diego. That was his batting average in 1994. 394 is insane. For any non-baseball fan, that I can't even believe I'm reading that. I think Ted Williams
It's like
might
a
have hit
guaranteed
400
hit.
once.
Yeah.
Bill Terry hit 401.
So all-time average, Ty Cobb 366 has the #1 career batting
Wow.
average.
What's the number one top? Like, what's the highest? I'm looking for the highest. I thought it was Ted Williams. I would have sworn, but
I would have thought
Oh my
the same.
God.
Yeah.
Ty Cobb. Well, I mean, I guess it's taken that into consideration.
and a big shout out. Look, I'm seeing Willie McGee. I don't know why. I have no good reason. I'm not from St. Louis, but I was a huge St. Louis Cardinals fan when I was a kid. And Willie McGee from the St. Louis Cardinals, which for him to have a batting championship is insane. But he hit 335 in 1990. That's pretty crazy. Willie McGee. He played for the Phillies later too. Look, we're carrying on the sports segment, by the way.
yeah.
This is the Fermented
In honor of
Sports.
Dan.
Fermented Sports in
without
honor of
Dan.
Charlie Daniels. We're missing Charlie Daniels
So
today.
those highest single season batting leaders, Nap Laholi.
Huh?
420.
Never heard of him.
Rogers Hornsby coming in at #2 at 424, and Ty Cobb #3 at 420.
420.
Oh,
Good old Ty Cobb.
yeah.
So
Smoking that cob.
420, yeah, 420 is nice.
That cob pipe. Smoking them tweeds.
Ty Cobb did it 2 separate years.
I think the reason that-
Wow.
I think the reason that you were so certain that it was Ted Williams is because I think many people regard that Ted Williams would have had the highest batting
#8.
percentage in history had he
Ted
not
Williams.
been drafted into the war, which was
Oh.
one of the big things.
#8.
Really? Is that a thing?
406.
Nice
Yeah, he hit
trivia.
406, 356, 342, 343, 369 in 1948. Wow.
Well,
Oh,
since we're getting into
388 in
Too much to
1957. Head Williams is a powerhouse, man. He was pretty crazy good.
Oh, he's a beast.
So wait, is Babe Herman and Babe Ruth the same guy?
I don't think so.
George Herman and
That's a big negative,
Yeah.
sir.
really?
What's amazing is all those players.
Same average though, 393.
All the players in the top are like back in the early 1900s.
Yeah, 1901.
That is amazing.
Well, the
that-
contention, this is why Wilt Chamberlain scored so many points back then. The contention is that the competitiveness was not at the level that it is right now, and I think that that's definitely true. I
Less
think
steroids.
if you put Babe Ruth against today's pitchers,
yeah.
and this is all hypothetical, obviously, but it's a good hypothetical where what is the answer? What does that mean if you put Babe Ruth against modern pitchers who are throwing heat at 100 miles an hour? They're throwing these crazy change-up balls that Babe Ruth has never seen in his life. If he gets a chance to adjust, how does he do? Like, it's all very interesting because what did Wilt Chamberlain score like? Here we go,
100
Fermented
points.
Sports.
scored
Wilt
like
Chamberlain
70,
scored
100 points.
he scored over 100
100
points. I
points,
think
yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain
Yeah.
scored something silly like 120 points in a game.
I think it was
Or
like
no,
110
that's
or
wrong.
100. I think it was like 100.
Can that be right?
You're
Hold
not
on.
wrong. You're not wrong. It was over 100 points. I
God, it
remember
sounds
that.
so crazy. By the way, I can
No, I
hear you
remember
very
that.
good.
Good.
Yeah,
very good.
you fixed it.
Yeah, I
Just
think you did.
mark these settings and don't change it.
Dude, it's like fucking. It's like magic. It's like I do a little magic and then it fucking works.
And then I want to see
you
if
guys
I
are
can
like,
talk.
It's not working
yeah,
anymore.
I can't talk over him. That's so awesome.
I know, I like that. Wilt Chamberlain, single game points. Right? 30.
It was
what?
a retarded.
No, that's
amount.
points per
No.
game average. 100-point game. Here it is.
Yeah.
Wow. For the Philadelphia Warriors in a 169 to 147 win. Wow, that's actually pretty close.
Guy scored all the fucking points.
He was like, dude, this guy. So if you put him in today, right? If you put him in today, how does he actually do? And it was 100 even. I was wrong. It was not 120, but 100 even is still,
That's incredible.
I can't even compute that.
It's funny. You were talking about Babe Ruth, though, and how he would do against modern players. And I'm kind of sitting here and I'm thinking, like, I get the comparison, but I'm also thinking, like, maybe he would be sober.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like, he was probably trashed, like, smoking a
think?
cigar. Like, yeah, these guys were not at the peak of health. You know what I mean? Like, you got athletes that devote every day to their, physical condition and their contracts and their, there's so much more to the sport nowadays and so much more riding on those players than what Babe Ruth had on. Maybe it's just why he was so good at the time. He didn't have that competitive, like you said. But yeah, no, I like to think about that. What would the greatest do against today's greatest, and if they were at peak condition, I guess you could say.
These guys are seriously talented today. The amount of athleticism that they have is very next level for sure. But what this segues into, which is funny, that we're talking about Babe Ruth not being sober. Do you know the Doc Ellis story?
Yeah.
Doc Ellis was a pitcher for the Pirates. And in 1970, this guy, if I remember, God, all right. I'm pretty
you're
sure
not
the
wrong.
story
Keep
goes
going,
like
keep
this.
going.
I'm pretty sure the story goes like
Keep
this. He has the day off, or he thinks he has the day off, and I can't remember which one is true, but somebody offers him a hit of acid, and he's like, sure, let's go. Then he gets the phone call, Doc, like, where are you? Or you're supposed to be here, one or the other. And this motherfucker pitched a no-hitter high on LSD.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Legit. He's got a whole story, and I believe it's a first-person story that he tells on YouTube. I think I've seen like a 5-minute video or something. It's I'm having vague memories of where I saw this story, but boy, I think what I saw was animated, if I'm not mistaken. And
I
I'm
mean, I
seeing
would've
here.
walked off-
There's a Rolling Stone article about it for sure, so I know that I'm halfway right.
I'm amazed when he walked off the mound and they were like, Doc, you just hit a no-hitter. And he was in like, what, I hit how many people?
Oh my God! Did that happen?
12th,
No-hitter.
1970.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that. No, that's a great Great story right there.
It is a really good one, man. So this guy, like, can you imagine how in the zone, like, and by the way, I have been in the zone. I have been in flow. If you've ever seen anything about this thing, flow, I'm sure we've all been in flow. But playing soccer and doing some of the programming shit that I've done in the past, and like every once in a while, man, you just get in this. I mean, hours disappear, and you have no idea where they went because you were glued and tuned in to exactly what the fuck you were doing right there, and this is exactly what this guy was experiencing vis-a-vis LSD. And I've never done LSD, but suddenly it sounds great.
Hankering, huh?
No, I do not have a hankering.
Suspect was last reported southbound on Highway 99.
Eastbound on the Selman Expressway.
That just reminds me of Sublime.
There was
April
a riot
24th.
Tell me,
April
where were you?
24th, 1992. There's a riot on the streets. Tell me, where were you?
Okay, so you know the smell of a chainsaw when you cut something.
Sure.
You mean the smell of cut wood?
You mean the smell of?
or
You mean the smell of like
or
man?
skin. Yeah.
That's like
Says a
like
man who
man's
cut- yeah.
cologne.
This beer.
It sounds like you haven't spent a lot of time
Oh.
around a saw.
Is this the beer that you already told us about?
This is Schwartz beer.
This is the Schwartz beer.
This is the oak aged Schwartz beer.
Ooh.
You said French? No, you said white oak. Right?
White
Not
oak.
French. All right, we're gonna geek out real quick.
And that's always been one of my favorite smells. Has been like a chainsaw cutting wood. Because I'm a man, god damn it.
I get it. Listen, gasoline, tires burning.
Some chain oil, some friction. and
You know what I smelled today? I smelled a leaf pile burning, and it was like, I don't know, just it intrigued me. I'm like, that smells
You know,
good.
it's actually really weird you're bringing that up, Chris, because I just had a front door put in, like a new front door.
Oh.
And they had to take out the old frame, and they put in new, what the hell they call it?
jam.
I don't know. Fucking whatever. Jam, whatever. Fucking, yeah, they had another word for it. But yeah, no, I was walking through my front door, and I said to my wife, I'm like, I really like that my front door smells like fresh construction. Like, I could smell the, like,
Yes.
the wood cut. Yeah,
Yes.
and it just smelled good. I'm like, ooh, my
Yes.
house smells like it was just built.
You
Like,
should just go
right
into
here,
Home
though.
Depot and hang out there.
Right here.
Why is
Yeah,
that
pretty
so
much,
great?
yeah.
Is it because it's new?
Fresh,
Is it
it's
because it's
new.
a smell? Because we like the new car smell, right? Like new car smell is dope. Good. It's all that new, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used to work in a lot of like new construction homes, and I've never lived in like a new house. Like, I get excited about staying in a fucking hotel that was just built, because it's new, So like, I go into these new homes, it just smelled like fresh wood and paint, and it's like, it's like fucking, it's like intoxicating. You
It
know what I
is.
mean? It's like I walk through my front door, and I'm like, ooh, there's like a little sliver of that.
I totally
like
agree. I'm all about the.
I'm chasing that feeling.
I really like woodworking. I'm a big woodworker. All euphemisms aside, I got a chop saw and a table saw and a jigsaw I would really love to have a scroll saw and wood is very pliable and very work. Do it again.
God damn it, I'm not fast enough. Going back.
Yakety yak, yakety yak, yak, yak.
I like it. So I definitely have the woodworking bug. Like, I like to create and do and it's one of my favorite things. That's kind of why I like the manual transmission thing in a car. I always refer to it as driving a drill. Like, do you have one of those? You ever have one of those old drills that you plug in, right? It's before the cordless thing, and it's like an old Makita, right? And it's like from fucking 1972. The thing weighs 25 pounds,
And you put the
and when you
chuck
fire it up,
and you
not only is the chuck, you're correct.
Sparks
Thank you,
coming out.
Chris. Correct. Yo, Denny just hit it. The sparks.
Yep.
This thing fucking sparks at you. Like, it's kind of fucking crazy, right? Like, you're fucking 13 years old, and you're like, okay, like, I'm trying to, like, do this, and it's easy to over torque things, and it's just crazy, right? So when you drive the manual transmission and you're rowing through gears, and you even miss one, right? And it goes like, it like grinds into gear, and it's just this very visceral,
It's very raw.
Listen, the Democrats hate that I say. The liberals would hate that I say this. It's a very manly experience, and you
Toxic manliness.
Triggered.
you're allowed to enjoy it if you're a woman too. But I do believe that there is something very manly about the gear changes, the lever changes, and actually, let me correct myself because the person who taught me first about manual transmission was my mother. She always drove a manual trans car, so I'm not trying to be a chauvinist dick about it, but I do feel very manly driving a stick shift. I like it. I'm a big fan.
I think right now the thing is that there's not as many people that can drive a manual transmission. And I think that's the thrill, is that you can do something that a lot of people can't do. We're in a minority right now. And back when we were learning to drive, there were a lot of manual transmissions, and everyone was driving them. And there was very few automatic transmissions because they were more expensive. And, so people just went with the thing that they were used to driving. And then as we've transitioned from manual transmissions into automatics, where it's the most, people would become stupid, right? They don't know how to drive. They couldn't get into a manual transmission vehicle and operate it. Probably
It's a theft deterrent.
Right. I saw a post
that's
today
true.
that said, I'm going to use cursive and drive nothing but manual transmissions, and we could cripple an entire generation. I'm in.
So
Let's do it.
My kids told me this story. Actually, it was my kids or my wife. I forget which one. One of them told me the story about somebody's children somebody who was complaining. It was like the kids, and they were in the back seat of the car. Or no, it was an Uber. Oh, that's exactly what it was. It was an Uber review, and they were like, this guy wouldn't stop playing. They called it playing. He wouldn't stop playing with the shifter, and they were complaining. They were complaining because the guy was basically driving a manual transmission, and they had no idea what the fuck it was. By the way, it makes it seem like he was probably pretty bad at it too, because as a guy who's been driving it my whole fucking life, I can make it seem like I'm not driving a manual if I really want to, and this poor guy's probably bucking the whole fucking car back and forth.
Now, I don't know about these two guys, but I know that, Joel, I know you drive a manual, and so do I. The last, 3 or 4 valets I've gone to, they've gotten to my car, and I can just see the look on the guy's face where he's like... I'm like, what's the problem? What's the problem, dude? And he's like, well, I don't drive stick, but he drives it okay. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean okay? Like,
There is no okay.
You're a valet, dude. Like, no, I mean, I don't mean to be like an asshole, but like, it's all you have to do is drive cars. Like,
It's not even his fault either, Tim. You know what I mean? Like, the boss fucking hired that guy without him knowing how to drive stick. It's insane.
I know. I just now
I totally agree with you.
And I look for the manual cars because I'm like, you're gonna sell me this fucking car for the price that I give it to you, because no one's buying it. I'm gonna tell you right now. Nobody wants this shit. Nobody wants your fucking manual. So give me a good deal on it, please. Thank you.
Sad but true. No, I did park my own car at a recent valet.
Yeah,
Because the guy looked at me and he goes, the guy who drives stick is on break. That's literally what this kid said to me. And I was like, all right. I mean, it got parked up front because I parked it, but
So you
see, the funny thing is, Joel,
do I tip you for like telling me where to park my car? Like, how does that work? Do I pay for valet when I have to park?
See, the thing is, though, Joel, the difference, though, is that I don't need to say it, but like you have a slightly nicer car than I do.
You can say
right?
it. It's
so
okay.
I pull it. No, but I mean,
I try not to
pull
talk
up,
about
I
it too
pull up
much,
my
but
no, that's why I didn't bring it up. But like my car is, I like my car. I'm happy with my car. Now it's not your car, but it's
I
my
hear you.
car. Now they will jump in my car and drive my stick like shit. They get to your car and they're like, do I want to get fired today? No,
Bro, I put all the
suck at this job. Can you help
I
me,
put all the
please?
grannies on. They can't fuck that up. When you put that car in like
Oh, yeah.
in full comfort
Slow-mo.
mode, it's like, your grandma could drive it. Unless once you hit like, I don't drive it that way much, but half throttle, like half to 3/4, and the car starts getting down. If you push it to the floor, you're fucking surprised because it takes a minute. Like the it's funny how the modern cars have everything's drive by wire, right? The steering wheel, the gas pedal. I think that I'm positive that my clutch is, analog, but there's definitely some. So my car. All right, I have an M5. I have a 2016 M5.
I love you.
It's the last
I
year
love you.
for manual Thank you. It's the last year It's the last year they made that car a manual
He won't let you
transmission.
drive it.
It was
I'm
only
excited.
Hey, I'll try.
Sorry. Sorry.
It was only North America car. So in Europe, they did not get a stick shift at all. In North America, we got it through 2016. The steering, the throttle, and the suspension all have 3 separate modes. It's comfort, it's sport, and it's sport plus. The steering, you just leave on comfort. There's no reason to change that. The suspension, sport is nice. Sport plus is like, I'll compare it probably to a Corvette. Okay, it's tight. You feel shit on the road, right? The throttle is insane. So the throttle goes from like comfort mode, which is like what I'm talking about, where if you're in comfort mode and you smash it, it almost like lags. Like, it's almost like, are you sure you want to do this, right? Like, is this really where you want to be? And then all of a sudden you're back in the seat and the whole car's just driving forward, and you're like, holy shit. And then the traction control is on, so it'll like take power away from you, and it's all weird. So then you get to sport, and it gets a little bit, I don't know. I guess it's a little faster. I don't really know. And then I drive in Sport Plus, and Sport Plus is this fucking twitchy, like it's every bit of torque that's available to you
All
at
the
any point in
assists are
time.
off.
All the assists are off, even the clutch assist. So here's the funny thing: when I downshift in comfort mode, it actually blips the throttle for me and rev matches to. So I just pull out the clutch, and when I pull out the clutch isn't pulled out. There's an assist, and it's like putting the clutch in when it needs to. It is fucking crazy. I've never seen anything like it in my whole life. In Sport Plus, all that shit's turned off. And what I have learned is, if I was in the 1970s, I would have learned this a lot sooner. When you have like 600 horsepower and you have a clutch, first gear is useless.
Yeah,
okay,
you
it's
don't
fucking
drive in first
useless.
gear.
No, you don't do anything in first gear. You get to second gear and you nail it. That's what the fuck you do. Because first gear is like, oh my god, it's wicked. It's honestly this car. It's the greatest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
All
Is
right,
getting this car.
This might become a question session here, but this is another comparison that I'm going to make. All right, so you know when you're like trying to get out of a program and it's like, are you sure you want to quit this program? And you're like, fuck off. Like, yes, I want to fucking quit the program. Now, when I'm in my car and I go to something like a Sports Plus, I wanted to ask me, are you fucking sure you want to enable this setting? And it'd be like,
okay.
Yes, I do. Click, click, click. Every time I'd want it to ask me that, I'd be like, are you sure you want to go into this mode? Like,
So let me tell you something. The car has 2 buttons that you can program. There's an M1 and an M2 button. The M1 button I have set at sport. So when I hit it once, and it goes to sport, sport, throttle, sport, suspension. The M2 button removes the traction control, which requires you to say yes. So you have to hit it twice. So when I hit the M2 button, when I get in the car and I hit the M2 button, I have to hit it twice because it takes the traction. It's Sport Plus throttle, Sport Plus suspension, and zero traction control. And for anyone who owns this car, I do not suggest doing traction control off until you have some serious experience with this car.
No. See, that's the funny part is I always joke. I'm like, every time I've been around him, I'm like, Joel, if you'd like to get smashed drunk, I'll be glad to drive you home. And every time he's like, you can go fuck yourself. And it's so funny too because I'd be driving like 20 under the speed limit. Like
I would let you drive it when you're sober.
The right lane, like way the yeah. No, I know. I'm way.
I would
every time I've been.
I would.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like if we didn't have drinks, I would totally let you drive the car. I'm not like that about the car. I think that people are able to drive the car, especially in comfort mode, and have fun and enjoy the car. I don't suggest that anyone drives it in the mode that I drive it in unless you have some experience. But I try not to talk about the car a lot because it's one of those things that people drive BMWs for the badge, and I don't drive BMW for the badge. I drive BMW because it's a fucking sports car, and I have a family, and I want to drive a Corvette, and I can't drive a Corvette, right? So what do you drive? You drive a 4-door M5 that's stick shift.
Speaking of Corvettes, that's I don't know how the hell I'll afford it, but I'll figure it out. That's gonna be my next car. I don't know. I don't know how. Like 2016 though. I'm not gonna buy a fucking
no mid-engine.
I ain't balling like that.
2021. Let's go.
Boy, this is the car hour, by the way. I can talk about cars for like days.
Yep.
They're going for like $110,000 right now.
Are they really? The mid-engine ones?
Yeah, because they're back ordered right now. So if you can get a hold of one, you can sell it for almost
for 110. I'll take a Porsche. Have a great day.
Yeah. No,
I'll take a GTR. Nissan GTR.
I'll buy a Supra. I'll buy anything.
GTR, yes. NS. How about the new NSX?
Yep.
Has anyone seen that car? Boy, the car's gorgeous. The new Supra is gorgeous. That has a BMW engine in it.
Yeah.
For
50,
crying out
60
loud.
grand. There you go.
I think you got a plus on that, but you're not at 100 for sure,
No.
right? I mean,
You're still five figures on the Supra.
the Porsche thing is so pure though, and the Porsche, Porsches are very well known for not braking, which is kind of not BMW's strong point. I have not had a problem yet, but I take very good care of the car. I take it proactively to an independent mechanic and make sure it gets taken care of. And,
Here you go.
do the whole thing, and it's got 60,000 miles on it. I don't really want
the 3.0 premium.
here we
is
go.
54,000.
Oh, thank you for
I
bringing
can't
that up.
decide if I love it.
Yeah,
or
I know,
hate
but
it.
I'm on the fence about this car.
do me a favor.
too.
Can you go build one real quick? Like, we don't have to talk about it while you're building it. Go build it and max it out.
Max it
I
out
just
as
wanna
best
see
I
it.
can. Okay. Let's
Go
see
build it
what
and max it out. I want to see what it maxes out at.
I have
I
one
feel
other
like that
car
car
that I would buy if I didn't buy a Corvette because I couldn't find the one that I could actually afford.
Yeah.
The STI. I would buy a Subaru STI just
Okay.
because
They're cool.
Raw,
They're pretty
fast
raw.
power.
I just don't like the 4-banger, dude. The Boxer 4 is
don't
nice,
either.
but
I don't either, but it just happens to be in my price range, so
no, I hear
do
you.
really want a
By the way,
sick
Sell a
V8, though.
kidney.
Like, fucking sick V8 would be so fun, but I haven't found one that I'm willing to own for more than 2 years.
look, let me give you the car addicts. As the resident car addict, every car is in your price range, okay? And I'm being dead serious with you.
It's
When
true.
you
No,
get,
you're
if
right.
you want to go find a car that's really fast and you find it above, let's call it 125,000 miles. By 125,000 miles, you've kind of replaced everything. If you've taken care of your car, it's all been replaced by now. So you can enjoy the circa 2006 M3 that has 135,000 miles on it because the guy who had it did all this fucking work to it, and the mechanic, you happen to know a mechanic that can take care of it, and you can get the car that you want. So the point that I'm trying to make to you in the audience is if you really want a car, you can go get that. I found a 03 BMW 330i ZHP for $16,000 in fucking, I don't even know where it was. I had the car shipped to me because it was so fucking cheap and it had 23,000 miles on it. It was amazing.
Yeah,
and here's
I know, but part of me really wants to build something, and I think it's mix of ADD, not being able to actually commit to a full project like that in the long term. That's kind of held me back from it. But I also don't want to I don't want to go lease the car of my dreams. I want to buy a car and then be able to get rid of it when I'm sick of it. I don't know.
Right.
I'm very funny about.
No,
cars.
I bought this
Cars are
Beamer.
terrible
I just got it
investments.
used. This M5 I got used. It was it was
yeah.
on the market for a day, and I already had this thing under contract because I was looking for a stick shift that wasn't some weird color.
Speaking of
And-
on the market for a day, I saw you got that Golden Tee machine. Hey.
A day. That thing was on the market for an hour. So here's the setup on this.
That's why I brought it up.
Here's my life lesson that I learned from this, right? You have to speak things into the universe. A week ago, it wasn't even that long ago, I found I was looking for, looking for Golden Tee machines on eBay. I saw one for, we'll call it $2,800, and you could get it shipped, and it wasn't local to me, but the guy was willing to ship it, and blah 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 blah. And I thought that was pretty cheap. A brand new one with the coin op, right? Like a commercial version is $6,500 or something like that. It's
brand new? Was that brand new?
It's a very expensive machine. It makes you money, so you don't care as a business owner because they can net you easy $800 to $1,000 to $1,200 a week per machine, no problem.
If you're busy, yeah.
Dude, my bottle shop was not that busy, and I was chopping it with somebody, and I was getting $400 every 2 weeks. It was silly. The thing was silly. So they're very popular. It's a very popular game. This guy posts this thing for $2,500. Dan, so I sent it, the eBay link a week earlier. Dan says, not that great, kind of okay. It was yesterday. Sends me a text, screenshot, some Facebook group that I'm not even a member of, and it's like this guy's selling it for $2,500. I'm like, holy shit! And he's like, and it's in Inverness, which is maybe an hour and a half, hour 45. Bing bang boom! Within 2 hours of this guy posting. I've got him pulling his post down, and it's $2,200. Oh my God. I'm like, I went and picked that thing up today. It's in my house right now. I'm so excited. And then someday I can easily sell it for $2,200, no problem, without even blinking an eye. I could turn it back into coin op. So he took the coin op and he turned it into a home version, which just means that you don't pay, and you can't buy clubs and you don't buy balls and whatever. But when you go into the bar, you still have to do all this shit. I am crazy excited about this silly game. I don't even play video games, Denny. I swear to God, don't play video games. Not my thing. But Golden Tee, boy.
I thought you were getting this for the beer garden. I didn't realize you were getting it for your home game room.
To be honest, I'm getting it for a business for sure. Right now, I don't have a business to put it in. Well, no, I mean, you could put your fingers up, but honestly, like this thing will exit my house and it will enter the next bottle shop that I open, like for sure, or bar, or thing that's not basically. I don't have even have any walls right now. Like I can't put a Golden Tee machine in the beer garden right now. That's not like a thing. So eventually, this thing will find a home. Right now, it's in my home, but eventually, it'll find a home and it'll make me money. I'm super excited about it. Golden Tee is like. Tim has one in the office there.
Yeah, I got one less than about 50 feet from me right now.
Because
is it free?
Dude, it's horrible
free
though.
op?
It's tough though, man. Like I'm busy. This last couple of weeks, I've been telling Dan because Dan, obviously, my other co-host here. I work with him during the weekday, and he's the president of the company. So when he's done his work, he can just roll a game, and I'll be sitting there and I'm like, normally I have my shit done, but this past couple of weeks I've been busy, so I'm like trying to focus on my stuff, and I hear the game fire up and I'm like just like fuck.
That's funny.
Gotta focus.
Denny,
but yeah,
I never played. Okay, never played this fucking game. The bottle shop was suffering, and I decided that games were the way, so I contacted a gaming company, and my number one request was Golden Tee because everyone's asking me for it. Meanwhile, the Golden Tee comes in, and I start playing with, basically my customers are my friends. I was the bartender / owner / toilet cleaner / trash taker outer / payroll guy / every fucking thing. When you run a miserable, struggling business that you're pouring your heart into, you're there all the time. So at the end of the day, I would play the game. I don't know. It just seemed interesting. Holy shit, Denny. I got fucking addicted. This game is so much fun. This is crazy. If you're at all competitive, game's awesome.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Game's awesome.
Some people are so fucking good at the game too. Mm-hmm. It's just unbelievable. I mean, I think I'm getting.
You guys are good, by the way.
It's just I mean, we're okay. I mean,
we
thought we were good, and then we go out to the Dog, which is just some fucking run-down little place in Tampa, and there's a guy hitting like minus 31, and we're like, well, we'll just go ahead and go sit at the bar and have a beer because no Golden Tee tonight.
So when you get the caricature right, and one of these guys, and he's a dude, he's a big dude, and his character is like this chick in a bikini, like it's the most masochistic, the most what's the manly word I'm looking for? It's all man driven, right? It's like this man with the woman naked on the screen.
Yeah,
just like,
it's like the largest troll character they can create. Like the more obnoxious the character, the better the player. It seems.
How is this golf?
Yeah,
so silly. I don't understand that, but hey, whatever. The game itself, the gameplay is very good. The similarity to real golf is probably about as legit as you can get. Save for, having a Nintendo Wii-like experience where you're holding a virtual thing and you're swinging a virtual thing. This thing has a trackball and whatever, but the physics of the ball and how it draws and how the greens play and it's kind of hard to explain, but when you start playing it, you start to see this difficulty level. And every course is the same, right? Hole 1, 2, 3, 4, the green is like really flat and really easy. And then you get to hole like 15, 16, 17, 18, and you're 5 putting the green because it's the green's like on a mountain side, right? And there's a goat in your way, and you can't do anything. It's fucking crazy. But the game's a lot of fun. I'm really glad I grabbed it. I know it's going to make me money later, and it's going to give me a lot of fun in the meantime.
Have you guys watched the Tiger Wood thing on HBO?
Are you referring to? Oh, I didn't know. What's
called
on
HBO? No. What is this?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, so HBO Sports, Real Sports with whatever. They did a documentary on Tiger, and it's basically a 2-part series going from his childhood all the way up through his failure, the whole thing with
the wife thing.
That whole mess with his wife, and then going beyond that and coming back. Pretty good, little show that goes through and kind of documents this destruction that the guy went through. And then
where does it end, Denny? Does it end at his new crescendo, like where he wins something, or are they leaving him hanging out to dry with his?
No, it leaves it in modern time.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Did you guys see? I guess Tiger Woods tweeted today that, and this is go back to Dan's sports segment here, but I guess he tweeted out that he was really excited about everybody wearing red shirts today. Now I didn't know this, but I looked it up, and all the people on the I guess the PGA Tour were wearing the iconic red polo that he's so famous for wearing. They weren't wearing the Nike polo, but they were all wearing a red shirt in recognition of him having his accident. Because I think a lot of people. I'm not trying to cast a bad future on the guy, but I think he's probably done after that. At least I would think competitively he's done. He might come back and play, but I don't think we're going to see. I could be wrong. People have come back for worse, but he's had a lot of shit has happened to that guy in the last few years in terms of his quote unquote comeback. And I think this is kind of like that nail in the coffin.
45.
At least. He's still the
he's 40. I was just going to say he's 45, so he's born in 1975. He's about my age.
He can play for a while. He could come back in a couple of years, but
golf.
PGA.
I feel like golf is a really psychological game, and I feel like Tiger has this. Growing up in golf, it's kind of like when these actresses. What's her name from Princess Leia, right? Like she grew up kind of in the game, and it like kind of fucks with you. You. I feel like that guy psychs himself out.
So you need to watch the documentary because it kind of goes into how he can compartmentalize his thoughts and just stay focused on winning, right? And doing his thing. That's how he, for all those years, he did so well just compartmentalizing. And then when things started to fall apart, he started to lose some of that focus. And that's when he, but you could see how it affected his golf game and his life, and and playing golf since he was 4 years old put a very it tasked his body, right? His knees, his back, there's a lot of
that's true.
His muscles entirely were developed for golf.
That many swings over and over again wore him out really quickly compared to Jack Nicklaus and other guys that have gone a lot longer, right? And played
because they started later.
Yeah. So it's an interesting watch. It's a 2-part series. So
I will definitely watch that.
His physical anatomy has been basically developed over time to be perfected for golf. Yeah. And I actually had this conversation with somebody in my office here. They were talking about, the fact that he got in the accident, if he's done, he's got all this money. And I'm like, money isn't everything to people. For someone like Tiger Woods not being the best at golf when he could probably be the best at golf for the next 10 years, that fucks people up, man.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So, money's great, but, when you are someone like Tiger Woods or Michael Jordan, money isn't, it's like fifth, it's up there, but it's not the number one.
Speaking of money, what would you say his net worth is?
400 million. I don't know. It's just like throwing out 100, 200, 300.
He was making $100 million a year.
I was going to say, what's a Nike? What's a Nike? Let's just talk about Nike. One entity. What's a Nike contract worth? I don't know. It's a fucking lot. That guy's got plenty of money. But by the way, Tim, I totally agree with you. As a former athlete, I think that athleticism is something that you miss no matter what. I miss playing soccer. Yeah. I miss playing soccer like crazy. I miss the competitiveness, but I also miss the competitiveness like with myself. the beauty of playing like really competitive sports is you're constantly beating goals that you didn't think you could ever beat. So you're proving to yourself that you can overcome these obstacles that you really thought were impossible, no matter what they are. I mean, dude, for college soccer, I had to run 2 consecutive sub 6-minute miles. Think about that. Not 2 miles in 12 minutes. 2 miles, both of which needed to be under 12 minutes or under 6. And I did that. I did somehow. I don't know how the fuck. When I think about that right now at 43 years old, I think I think I'm wrong when I talk about the requirements for the soccer team. And by the way, the goalie also had to complete this requirement in order to make the team. So I mean, it was something that all soccer players had to do, which is so funny because the person I was talking to was like, I never got into soccer because there was so much running. Meanwhile, they're telling me that they ran every day as like a mental thing, and I'm like, but you run every day. And they're like, no, but I was like 5K, like it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like soccer. So true.
To go back to Tiger Woods' net worth, and I'll finish on a quick story here.
Oh yeah,
Tiger Woods is as of 2018 was worth $800 million. He has earned over $1.5 billion from various revenue streams. So I mean, he's doing okay.
He's okay.
Now, one of the funny things that I have personally is that Tiger Woods lives in Jupiter, Florida here. So joke about everybody in Florida. Everybody in Florida has a real estate license, including myself. Now, when I was in real estate class, though, yeah, 800 million. Yeah, it's still silly numbers. Silly numbers.
I'm kind of reeling from that. That is a crazy number.
You could never spend that amount of money. But
let's pretend it's half of that.
400 million.
The class before me, now this was not my real estate class, but the class before me, as I got my license, there was a young kid in there, and his dad was running he was renting out Tiger Woods' estate, right? Now, if it sounds like a very lucrative thing, but if you're a real estate agent, you understand that like rentals are just an absolute pain in the ass, especially $20-30 million estates. It's very hard to rent those out. So you just carry the property. You're constantly looking for clients.
What do you mean renting his estate? By the way, so Tiger Woods.
So,
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
He's worth $800 million. So he's got. $20
so he has an estate. He's not living there, and he wants to rent it.
No. Yeah, so he was traveling the country or something. I mean, I don't know the details of why he wasn't there, but he had a home here. He was not living there, and he was renting it out. So he was trying to rent it out, I guess. And again, these guys, they have so much money. They're not. It's not like they have to rent it out. They just give it to somebody, and they say, "Hey, if you can get this filled out, that's great. If not, no worries. I'm not there." So, anyways, the young kid was like, "Great, sure, I'll take the rental." He ended up getting his license, and within like, I don't know, 6 to 8 months, he ended up selling that fucking property for like $20 million. That guy never had to do a damn thing again. Like, he had to work again, but for that year, he was done. Like he talk about luck, right? A $20-30 million.
So you mean just from the commission kind of thing?
Yeah. Now his dad was like a broker for one of the larger real estate places. He was hooked up. He was set up. But I mean, you gotta do the work. You gotta close the deal. I mean, it's not.
I mean, you're not wrong about
somebody
that.
to buy a $20 million house is not I don't think it would be the easiest thing. My mom's in real estate, so I mean, I'm not a real estate agent actively, but I mean, that's a lot of stress.
No, but getting the listing actually is the hardest part of something like that. That's usually you have to have like crazy experience in listing those types of homes to even get the listing, because
I think the fun fact about that was that his dad was the broker. He had given the rental basically because they've been carrying that property for a while. Now, I don't know if Tiger himself was renting it or if when they sold that property, somebody else owned the home that Tiger was renting. Now, again, I'm shady on the details here a little bit.
Oh, I see.
But I know that Tiger was either living there or owned the home, and they sold that house, which was being rented at that time. And that kid ended up making a fuck ton of money.
It sounds like he didn't own the home. This happens.
You know what I mean? People with a lot of money like that, they rent various properties. They
do.
They
There's very few premium properties. In fact, in Tampa, what I hear about Airbnbs in Tampa is that there's no real quality, nice. In fact, Dan's the one who kind of told me this, right? It's like he rents this place that when he can, that's kind of Hyde Parkish, but there's a baseball player staying right there for like 3 months or 4 months. It's one of the few, like, it's not, calling it premium is silly. I feel like it's just a nice house, right? Like, it's not the fucking Ritz. It's just a nice house. Like, I've stayed in nice houses in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, or wherever that are super nice, and somehow super nice doesn't exist in Tampa when you're like Airbnb-ing it. It's kind of just okay stuff.
Very different though. Yeah, real estate's very different in Tampa. I mean, I was that house we stayed at for the Super Bowl was, I mean, it was essentially I don't know, they'd go for like $1 million where I live. I mean, it's very different up there, but I would say that Tampa is equally beautiful to South Florida in every way. I mean,
dude, Tampa's amazing. Tampa's amazing.
I
By the way,
really do.
don't move here.
Beautiful city.
Yeah.
Don't move here.
Yeah,
There's plenty of fucking people here.
It sucks here.
Jesus Christ, it's fucking amazing here. I love this place. I really do. Tampa's, as a guy from New Jersey, I mean, Tampa's perfect. New Jersey doesn't see the sunshine. New Jersey, Ohio, Chicago, these places don't get the number of days of sunshine per year that anybody gets, never mind us.
64 days of sunshine where I lived in Ohio. I had to have a light, kind of like this one right here, for seasonal affective disorder.
Well, when you Google the word Sunshine City, one of the first things that comes up on Wikipedia, there are 4 things, is St. Petersburg, Florida, because, and to wrap it back around to beer, Green Bench has a brilliant IPA called Sunshine City IPA. And on the side of the can, I'm not sure about this number, but I'm pretty sure it's 768 days of continuous sunshine in St. Petersburg is what this beer is named for. 768 days straight where the sun came out every fucking day. Denny, as living in Idaho, what do you think about that?
That's too much sun.
This man has not lived.
No, I mean, we get a lot of sun in Boise. That's what's nice about this, is that even in wintertime, it could be -5, the sun is out, but it doesn't feel like -5 because the sun is out and it's beautiful.
Denver, Colorado is very similar.
-5
days.
You get 206. You get 206 sunny days per year.
What, Boise does?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's
pretty
over.
impressive.
That's over half, so I'm happy.
I think Denver's higher.
That's under half. Wait,
246.
Wait, how many days are in a year?
365.
365.
Yeah, I was right. Okay. I was
Tampa
thinking that.
averages 246, so you're not too far behind us.
I'm right there. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, but see,
Colorado?
when I see how cold it is, I just
Denver.
put my hand on the window
Wait,
to see how cold it is.
but wait, there's more. Denver is one of the sunniest cities in America, averaging 300 days of sunshine a year.
It's the
I
Highland.
knew there was something I really liked about Denver,
it's the
aside from the
Highland
marijuana.
Desert. Yeah.
Is that because of the elevation, though? I mean, does that have anything to do with it, maybe? Or
I will.
curious. It's an.
I'm not sure that I'm going to
fact.
find that
I
in my.
believe
It sounds
It's
correct.
probably partially the elevation and also the fact
Yeah.
that it's a highland desert that comes into Denver, right? So you have, that's what we have here. It's just a nice area that has a lot of sun. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, it's funny though. You say that Colorado's it's got a lot of sunshine, but like Utah's known for its snow, and I would think that Utah's a hot place naturally. So, I mean, that's,
Utah's got a lot of mountains.
They're each
it
each
does.
on the opposite side of the mountain range that goes through there. So the thing is the weather comes in and it dumps into Salt Lake a lot, right? So they'll get a big dumping of snow coming in from the west, and then of course, I'm not sure. I guess at the same time, Denver's getting snow in the mountains there on their end, but I think Utah gets a lot of snow in that Park Center area and stuff. But it's also a desert with all that red, the Moab Desert area that's down south. But I don't know. It's weird. It must also do with the jet streams that go through and circulate the different pressure systems.
I really want to visit your state, Denny.
Yeah, you should.
I do. I really do.
I was supposed
State.
to,
I like
but
how you said
COVID
your
ruined it.
No,
Did you
not
say
your
your
estate.
state or
No,
your
your
estate?
your
Okay.
your state. My
I was like,
my
damn, Danny. You got like pavilion money? Like what's going on? You got
Right
like you got like a gazebo in your yard? Like
That
My
loose-
short
I've
story
got
is that
I've got a nice deck.
my my short story is that my best friend Chris Swenson, may he rest in peace, he spent a lot of years in Boise, and he had a lot of really good things to say. And I never actually got a chance to visit him, and it makes me want to go out to Boise and check it out.
I feel that
It was one of his favorite places.
Yeah. No,
I
we're
feel
One of
pretty
his
happy.
favorite places.
Yeah, we're pretty happy. We've been here 19 years now, and we're not planning on moving. We love it, even though there's a lot of people moving in from California and Utah that makes it a little bit harder, but we still love it.
Huh. You want to talk about people moving into your state? Here's a good stat. Ready? How many
1,000 people
move
a
to-
day.
Which means I'd be free to throw some of my sexy parties.
1,000 people a day, Joel.
is it?
So that was a stat when I went and got.
Oh my god, I love Stewie. Why do I love Stewie so much? I'm like a fucking child.
So when I went to go get my Florida state license, there was a sign in the DMV that said a record number of 1,000 people a day move to Florida. I'm like, wow, you got that?
It's hard to do it when you're looking at the camera. You have to look at the bottle of beer instead. Look, here you go, Chris. You ready? More than 45 million Americans changed residences between 2017 and 2018. Of those 45 million, more than 322,000 people migrated to Florida. Hillsborough County came up to 60 per day, and that was 4 years ago. 3 years ago.
So how many people moved to Florida in 2020?
Oof.
Don't look it up.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
Did you already look it up and you
I
already
did,
know?
yeah.
Because I feel like the number's not there. Yeah, how many
The
people
number's there.
moved? How many people moved to Florida in 2020? Oh my God, it's got to be exponentially large because of COVID. So I'm gonna go with.
Now, granted,
I'm gonna go with a million. I'm gonna go with a million.
Okay, you're a little up, but this is between April 1st of 2019 and April 1st of 2020.
Whoa, really?
Now,
Then it's
for-
way less than a million. It's 450,000.
So the numbers are funny. So if you click on one link, it'll tell you pour it. It'll tell you, hey, in between that time period, right?
Sam Calagione, B
Oh,
cups
they
with a
changed the
bomb.
label.
They did change their artwork.
I like it.
This is a 90-minute Dogfish. Yeah.
Yeah, they stepped it up. It's not as bland as
Our continuously hopped
preferred the
Imperial
bland,
IPA,
It's
whose
very weird,
powerful malt backbone stands up to the
So-
extreme hopping rate.
So I drank this earlier. Just a bland. I mean,
Delicious.
Just a Pilsner.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Joel.
He
Joel
did.
is
He did.
on the ground.
No problem. There's no problem
He
here.
is
no
down.
problem here.
There's no
Down
problem.
for the count.
Keep going, Denny.
You.
Keep going.
Tell us about your
No.
Pilsner.
Yeah, so I drank this Bell Breaker.
Tell us all about it, Denny.
So this is a
There's no-
Washington
There's
State.
no problem here. No
Washington
problem here
State
at all.
beer. And they're known for a lot of hoppy beers. They do a lot of IPAs and pale ales with a lot of hops. They do a lot of fresh hop beers because right there in Yakima Valley, so where all the hops are grown in Washington State, they're right there.
Yes.
So this Pilsner it's hard to. I can't call it like a Czech Pilsner or a German Pilsner because the hops are all American hops. And
Hold
so
it up to the
that-
camera while you're doing this, by the way. Keep going.
Oh,
I want to see it. That's for me. It's a
Yeah.
selfish thing. Keep going. It's American hop Pilsner.
so American hop Pilsner, and
Bale breaker.
it has a grainy, like a grainy malt character to it. So you get that grainy malt, and then it's got these hops that are
Grainy
good,
malt.
but it reminds me of what I would call an American Pilsner, if there was such a thing, right? Where we're taking the
Cans,
Pilsner
Tim.
with okay, I'm getting tired of holding, but it's taking the Pilsner malt and then mixing in American hops
Okay.
and then giving you that hop character with this Pilsner. Now, that's fine. I don't mind that. It's good, but I find that it's not as
up into the. There you go.
it's not as refreshing and
Boom.
good as the Scrimshaw, where it uses noble hops from Germany that that give it that extra kick. Yeah, Tim's been busy.
Tim, nice cans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I drank that
So
one.
supple.
It was okay. It was okay. It's not a Scrimshaw.
It's not as
Lagunier
bright,
Pils.
I assume.
Not as bright. Yeah.
Scrimshaw is a very bright
It is.
Pilsner.
Yeah. It's bright and refreshing, and it's like a wake you up Pilsner that just is good. I mean,
What does bright mean to you, Denny? If you had to describe the sensations in your mouth as it relates to bright, what does that mean to you?
So to me, bright is, that's a tough one to.
That is a tough one.
It's kind
I
of
talk
like
about
just
this all the time.
like a feeling, right? It's like when you drink it, and it's, they're like a high note of character from. It's like a high note of like.
So this is the challenge, right? Is talking about beer. If I'm gonna go on the geeky, let's transition into beer geekiness again. Describing beer is really hard.
Yeah.
It is. It's very personal.
It's very it's not just personal, actually, Tim. You're right about personal. It's a personal experience, but the words that you use, it's just like wine. You got to use the words. Yeah. You got to learn the vocab so that you can express yourself properly. And really, to me, and I'll cheat a little bit because like the Flensburger Pilsner thing is like to me the go-to traditional German Pilsner, which is a lot like. I'll go with the Victory Prima Pils, even though I think that's a Czech Pils, but it has the same crispy quality. Crispy quality is the front of the tongue, kind of
tingling.
Tingling is a great word. I was going to say like activated, like bouncing, like tingly, like it's on the front of your tongue, and then it goes away. Mm-hmm. Right? The malty thing sticks around. The crispy boy thing is this dry thing. So it goes on the front of your tongue and it's quick and then it disappears and it's gone. And you might be left with a little bit of biscuit malt. You might be left with a little bit of the Pilsner malt thing or the, whatever. The crispy boys take on different personalities sometimes, but that's generally what you're looking for, by the way. I call it, this is my thing, activated. Like what did you say, Chris? Chris, I think hit it perfectly.
Effervescent.
Effervescent's a good word too. Yeah, but it's kind of bitterness. Tingly. If you think about it, that thing on the front of your tongue,
the burn, the carbonation burn.
Yes, it is very sharp up front. It's very sharp up front, and then it disappears. That's kind of the definition of a true crispy boy. That is why I love. Oh, can I give a big shout out to Gaffel Kolsch? If somebody from Cologne, Germany wants to call in at some point, I mean, listen, we don't have any fans at this point. Maybe somebody in a year rewatches this video and goes, oh my God, they were talking about Cologne, Germany. Yeah, or as we say, Cologne. It's Koln in Germany, but we say Cologne. Real Kolsch's are from Cologne, and Gaffel Kolsch is... The other Kolsch's to me are very malty, and Gaffel's really bright. It's really up front. It's really... Good. Man, I have it on tap right now. Fermented Reality Beer Garden, Tampa, Florida, downtown. It's in Sparkman Wharf. We have the best beers on the planet. Thanks.
I almost feel like with a certain beer, it's almost like when you recommend a beer, it's almost like you need to know the person a little bit. Almost in the sense that, like, if you were to recommend a stand-up comedian, you were like, you need to know the personality of the person a little bit in order to say, like, yeah, you'd like this guy. You'd think he's funny, or this lady, you'd think she's hilarious. Like, you almost have to have that little profile on that person in order to understand sort of that recommendation because, I mean, yeah, while it is personal, it is sort of almost, I wouldn't even say it's personal. It's more based on, like, I think the experience to the person's palate, too. Like, what kind of beers have they tried? What is their extent of, like, what does a person define as a craft beer, right? Like, what do they define as a stout or a dark beer or whatever when they haven't had, we'll say 100, or, Denny, you have how many?
Call it 1,000. Call it 1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Denny and Chris
really delved into the taste factor of beer. And again, as somebody who didn't really intend to embark on being a craft beer snob, I mean, the more I drink it, the more I'm like, wow, the more you like it, and the more you find your own profile, the more that you're gonna stick to that, and you're also gonna recommend it to people.
We talk about gateway beers a lot.
Gateway beer, I like it.
Gateway beers, like, hey, if you were to recommend a gateway beer, what would you recommend? And you guys, Tim and you and Dan talk about that hazy little thing a lot from Sierra Nevada, which
Tell about
it
your
could
local
be,
gas station.
Yeah, go get Babu on the phone, and we'll get those 19-ounce cans in the bag.
I mean, for what it is, it's really good.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Especially if you're gonna grab that from a gas station, man, that's awesome.
Can you imagine 5 years ago if you could have grabbed a hazy little thing at the gas station? I mean,
What I grabbed at a gas station recently that I was very surprised about, and I don't know, judge me if you want, Mango Cart from Golden Road.
My God. Okay, this is my number one. Please judge me beer. It's first and foremost, as the beer baron of Tampa, it is the
I know.
Anheuser. It is Anheuser-Busch number one.
Just tell me now, Joe.
I know. Number two, it's totally extract. There's no way they use real mango in a beer like that at that
I wouldn't
scale.
expect them to either.
And number three, God damn, it's fucking delicious.
Yeah, especially like out on. It'd be really good if it was
On the boat.
On the boat, yeah, that's exactly where I tried it.
In a
Oh my God, 4% all day. All day.
That's a hell of an all-day beer, boat beer, beach beer, pool beer.
And they list it as a wheat beer, and I disagree. I
totally disagree.
As a wheat beer hater, I'm a hater.
Really?
I have no good reason for it. Okay, I'm totally talking out of school. I just don't like them. I don't know. I just don't like them. That beer's fucking delicious. Holy shit.
Yep.
You know what I will say? We've had a couple. I think we've had Tripping Animals on the podcast a couple times.
Yeah.
And me and Dan were not exactly impressed. Now they had this dog cat thing. You had to mix the two. Wasn't a huge fan. Now I did try the Banditos, which was like a triple dry hopped IPA. That was fucking fantastic. Now I'm starting to see what all the hype is about.
Yeah.
Very, very big fan of that. I've been going to the malted barley, trying to get, I just like, I go in there and I feel like I'm just like, just give me a glass of the Bandito and then I can get the fuck out of here, please. Thank you.
Malted Charlie.
Yeah.
But
the
no,
best.
very good.
Keep trying them, man, because you're gonna find those. We talk about that a lot. You're gonna find those styles where you're like, oh, this one's awful. Try a different one.
Yeah.
So my favorite Tripping Animals name.
He's got to look it up.
Enhance.
My favorite name so far is the Booby. I just bought their triple IPA Booby. Like, what's a better name than Booby?
I want to check it in on Untappd just so I can type in
Just
a
because
Booby.
it's the Booby. Here, and it's coming up. Actually, it's in a hot minute. First, what's a better name? Transient Ales. You ready? Juice is loose. Somebody said that they made a glass for the juice.
The juice is loose.
Is loose. Glass.
That's fantastic.
Where? Hold on. I can't find it. Damn it. Somebody said that they made a Juice is loose glass, and it had OJ's head all the way around the glass. Like it's just a repeating of.
I'm not trying to throw out a free promo idea here, but I'm very surprised that the Wicked Weed hasn't tried a Dr. Green Thumb type of naming on their beer. They've got all those different pulls on the weed, like dank and this and that. But it's probably a licensing thing, is my guess.
Now they're Anheuser-Busch, so they're not willing.
Ooh,
they're not
really?
likely to. Yeah, Wicked Weed got bought out. I guess a year, 18 months ago, maybe, Denny.
Yeah,
No,
it's been
it was
a
about 3 years ago.
Is it that long?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's
Yeah.
I'm
actually
such
might
an
have
old
been
man.
4, mostly because the only reason I know that is because we went to Asheville like 2 weeks after they were bought out.
Look, I love beer, and I have no intent of ever starting a brewery. But if I did, and Anheuser-Busch came to me and said, "Hey, here's $30 million," I'd be like,
Sold.
Yep, done.
Bye,
Let's do
bye.
it.
See ya. I'll do the Beercast for free forever. For the rest of my
I
life.
don't get
Never hear from
mad.
me.
Nope. As long
I
as the
never
beer
get
tastes-
mad.
As long as the quality of the
Hell
beer is
no.
still good, sell it.
But I
It's
still,
like people selling the stock you like. You're just like, I get it. Good
Chris,
for you.
I still won't get mad at them. Like, all right, let's talk about Goose Island. And I don't even know who this person was. The person from Goose Island sold, they were probably making great beer, and they sold to Anheuser-Busch. And then Anheuser-Busch, like, took over. Like, none of those beers, except for maybe the Bourbon County, and I didn't have it pre-Anheuser-Busch, but maybe that's the same beer. The IPA and the, these beers are fucking terrible. You know what? Let me say it out loud. Goose Island IPA is fucking terrible. All right? It's not great. It's not great. Will I drink it if you give it to me? All right, fine. It's not a great IPA. It's what people wanted from an IPA 7 years ago.
That was not what I was looking for, but
Yeah, you know what?
It's what people wanted from an IPA 7 years ago that I will still drink to this day, but it's very Anheuser-Busch. It's like they took the IPA and they made it whatever the fuck they wanted it to be.
There's
10 barrel turned into the same thing. Kona, people are constantly talking to me about Kona. Kona is like, it was craft beer, CBA, Craft Beer Alliance, and I believe that was even taken, the Widmer Brothers thing, and that was even taken over by Anheuser-Busch, and these beers are not good. Now, you got the New Age. Let's talk about New Age. New Age number one to me is Stella. When I buy Stella kegs, they come from Belgium. They're 50 liter. These things are like, dude, no one's touching Stella Artois, okay? When you get a Stella, that's the same thing that it always was. That beer is good. When you get a Wicked Weed beer, I do not believe that Anheuser-Busch is messing with that. I met a bunch of people from Wicked Weed during the Super Bowl. The one guy was very genuine to the point where, all right. Freak of Nature I had years ago. Double IPA, Wicked Weed. Never tasted like onion. I never once got an onion flavor from this beer. I bought 6 half kegs of this beer. It took forever to get out of here because it fucking tasted like onions. One of the brewers was here and I was like, dog, I'm like, by the way, this beer tastes weird. It's almost like onion. He's like, yeah, it's like it starts with citrusy and then it ends with like onions. And I'm like, holy shit, like, who's looking for onions in their double IPA? The answer is nobody in Tampa because it took a while to sell. Not here to talk shit about Wicked Weed though, because seriously, I really do like their beer. I was just very surprised by Freak of Nature and the flavor profile and how he greatly admitted that it was supposed to taste like onion. Like
no. Nobody wants onion in their beer. That's it's
weird
byproduct of the hops.
Yes, it's like a hot hop process, right? Like I had a Modern Times beer that was onion all the way, and he's saying that is legit because it's not a New England, by the way, Denny. This is a standard double IPA that, again, I remember this beer. It was very like kind of balanced and malty and amazing and high ABV. It kind of reminds me of 90 Minute if I have to kind of pick something.
Do not enjoy the onion or garlicky beer taste.
Some people like it though, man.
Off. Yeah, not me.
Some people like it. I'll tell you what, they like onion more than they like lactose because we did lactose. Dude, we did lactose on our anniversary beer. Doug Clark from TBBC put some lactose in it because apparently there was something with the hops that we did. Whatever. Anyway, it's got so much lactose in it. It's very polarizing, right? So some people love it, but it makes you split. It makes you like, so you're like, I loved it, I hated it.
And honestly, that beer was the first beer that I ever had lactose. Where you mentioned that crap. What did you call it? It's like saccharin.
Yes. It gives you that. It gives you that after flavor. I'm not trying to take over the conversation with this, by the way, but it gives you that after taste. And this is yours, Chris, because I forgot mine, and Denny's doing his. I'm really interested in Denny, by the way. So for those who are listening, I just hit the backtrack. Big shout out to backtrack. Save yourself $10,000.
0.027.
Oh.
I'm drinking light beers.
Damn it, Denny! You got to drink them twice as fast. Then I started hitting the 90 Minute. It totally changed my whole outlook on life. Dogfish Head 90 Minute. Great beer. Please drink.
I would say there's a big difference between the 60 and the 90, though.
Huge difference between 60 and 90.
Yeah.
And as a guy who's been drinking those beers for a long time, neither of them has changed in a very, very long time. They are both like High Life has even changed from what it used to be. Reef Donkey has changed from what it used to be. Tampa Bay Brewing Company did a great job at changing Old Elephant Foot, which won an award for IPA at the Florida Beer blah, 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 maybe 2 years ago because they changed that recipe, and it's fucking good. Dogfish Head 90-minute and 60-minute, I don't think they've ever changed. Honestly, for as long as I've been drinking them, I don't think they've changed once, and they're both fucking spectacular. That's how you sell a brewery for $300 million. Right? I mean, isn't that what he got for that thing? Wasn't it $300 million or something absolutely
who got
fucking
that?
insane?
For who?
Sam Calagione at
60.
Dogfish
I wanna
Head.
say it was 60.
Seven.
It was not.
No. It was a lot of money.
Okay.
Look, somebody
300
fucking
was
Google that
way
shit
over.
right now. I swear to God, it was $300
I
million.
thought I thought it was like 700 and
Dogfish.
I don't
Head
know.
self-
What was
Look at that.
Cigar City? I mean, that was like a fraction of that.
300.
They don't know Cigar City for sure.
Cigar
Big shout out to
City
Joe,
Oh,
was
okay.
Joe
that's-
Redner.
that's close. Okay.
Without gossiping, because I'm not gossiping, because I have not heard anything locally, but my understanding is 50 million. That's
I
my
heard
understanding. 60 is it's same ballpark, right? And then I believe that Joey Sr. owned 50+%, so he cashed out. And then Joey
So
Jr. took some of his stuff and turned it into Fireman Capital,
Yep.
which is super smart. And he's been investing
BizJournal.com.
locally
reported 60
a
million.
lot. 60.
So
Now we can edit this out, but Joel, I wish we could fit that Joe Redner story in with Dan. I really do, but we're not.
Oh no, we're not. That's not even that. That's more like
No.
fodder for
Hilarious,
like a drink night. That's
B-roll,
not like
B-roll.
No,
B-roll.
it is totally B-roll. But the A-roll is that Joey is heavily invested in Tampa. My favorite investment that he's made, I want to name one, is Cigar City Cider and Mead, which sounds like it would be the same company, and it's not. It was, and I don't understand the inner workings of like the early CCCM days, but right now I know that Joey is invested in that company and invested in Jared Gilbert, who's the head cider maker over there, who's fucking awesome. This guy, he's a great guy. He makes great stuff. Look at Chris nodding his head. For the radio listeners who aren't watching YouTube, Chris McKenzie is nodding his head right now because Jared makes great fucking stuff, from mead to cider to spicy cider, in a way that other people don't do. And Joey Redner really believed in him and gave him some funds to do the things that he wants to do, and it's showing big time. Very special place. Good meads, good ciders, and again,
Pretty much
Go ahead,
good
Chris.
everything. It's good everything. Anything I've ever had in there, I really, really enjoyed.
Very good. Okay, very good. That's right, brother.
if you like spicy shit, Jared Gilbert treats ciders with ghost peppers. And in fact, what's funny is his spiciest cider was with ghost peppers. But I've had his, what's the spiciest pepper right now? It's called Carolina Reaper. So I've had a Reaper cider, I've had a ghost pepper cider, I've had all kinds of stuff. And this shit, like, he doesn't hold back. It is fucking hot. If you aren't into peppers, don't drink this shit, because you won't drink a whole glass of it. It won't happen. It's very good. He does a good job. I love this guy. I love Joey. I love everything they're doing over there. I sell a lot of Cigar City cider. Right now we're on the apple pie cider,
Apple
which
pie
is
just fantastic.
Chris, do you get the
Simple.
crust from it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Crazy crust.
Yeah.
So good.
I
So
really
good.
wish I
Big
knew
big
it
hit.
then.
When it's not summertime, big hit.
When you
Not
say
even-
crust, though, what do you mean?
Like graham cracker, dude. Like this
Yeah.
this cider.
like buttery, right? Yeah.
I mean, is it a buttery thing, or is it like it's more like a graham thing?
Yeah, I would go more graham cracker than anything.
I'm not sure how to describe it, but it's being made
You know
over
what it
at
is? You know what it is? It's the cinnamon.
Listen, maybe it is. It's fucking delicious. As a not a cinnamon lover in my drinks, apple pie cider it's pretty special.
And it's a very good mixer for other things too.
I know. I'm thinking I'm gonna do a Guinness drink. What do you think about a Guinness drink, Chris? A snake bite, apple pie cider.
Sounds good.
You know what? There's only one way to find out.
Let's try it.
Testing. There must be
This-
testing.
Try
This Thursday, I wish Morgan was listening. I believe we have an appointment this Thursday. Morgan from Guinness is going to come by. We're going to create a March 17th Patty's Day menu, right?
God
it's going to
damn
be
it.
all Guinness blends.
I have a dog named Guinness, for crying out loud.
You do?
Yeah.
What dog?
I have a dog named Guinness.
He's got 7 dogs. So.
Well,
You have 7 dogs?
I only have
Dude,
5
he's a
now.
dog trainer.
Oh.
This guy's got a
I
lot of
got 5.
dogs. I mean,
Right? I only
Wait,
have
what
5
happened
now.
to
you
the
got any
other
kids?
2?
Chris, you got any kids at all? Any kids? Any human beings that
No,
you
I have a
made?
goddaughter. Does that count?
Doesn't
fuck
count.
Off.
Okay.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Does not count.
Yeah. So.
No, it does not. I mean,
Guinness.
it is.
So-
it is better than nothing, but no.
So just to get back to it real quick, we're going to do a Guinness pairing menu, Guinness blending menu, I guess it is, a Guinness floating menu on
So-
March 17th at the Beer Garden. So we're going to, Morgan's going to come by. We're going to figure out some good blends. Somebody already did. We already tried the High Lie.
That's my boy right there. That's Guinness.
Oh, look at Guinness.
Yeah.
Hey, for those listening, not watching on YouTube,
Look at that.
there's
He was-
Guinness.
he was
Guinness
a-
is a pit bull
No, no,
mix,
no.
clearly.
He was even the face of our advertising one time.
No.
Oh, look at that.
Big shout out to tampa.sitmeansit.com.
Yeah. Yeah. Sit means sit dog training.
See, we need to do that more often, Chris. Tampa.sitmeansit.com. I didn't realize it was a franchise like that, but
Yeah, man.
Uh,
We're at
Tampa-
over 140 locations across the country.
wow.
That's what I said to him. I had called him up because I said he was a dog trainer, and he was like, "Oh, well, just fucking call this guy that
He
lives near
did.
you." And I
I
was
said,
like, "Oh,
Bob and
oh,
Eileen
okay, I'll
Burnell.
do that."
Bob and Eileen
Yeah, no.
Burnell, actually, funny enough, Tim, they are today celebrating 15 years of their business being open in your
Wow.
area. They've been training a lot of dogs.
It's true.
It's actually funny. When I found out you train dogs, it was actually kind of one of those cool things because now I don't do it for like an actual living, obviously, as an adult. But when I was like, I don't know, 17, 18, even I think 20, I worked at a dog hotel. So I worked with dog trainers and I worked with dogs. And I mean, I had like 150 dogs, like any other time.
Holy
And I
shit,
got very
150.
familiar- Yeah, I'd have like 150 dogs. I mean, I'd have like 50 large and then, however many small just run around. They'd be separated. But I mean, after a while, like you get a very good understanding of how dogs work. And it actually kind of ruins animals for me, in my opinion. I don't know how the hell Chris does it. It does. Like with those fucking dogs,
yeah.
are just like they're just like, I just want the treat. Give me the treat. Just fuck off, asshole. Give me the treat. It's like, I mean, it's like they do exactly what you want, but they're doing it because they want that fucking cookie. Like I don't know.
As-
I
I
think
think-
my dog's kind of like a Luffy asshole. Like,
I will speak for Chris a little bit of a turn. I think that the best dogs to train are those that are food driven. It's
Yeah,
it's
no,
way
true.
easier.
Nope.
No, it's not, Chris.
Nope.
No.
What
is
I
it?
go,
What is
I
it,
go
Chris?
toy-driven dogs all day.
Toy driven.
Yeah.
Really? Like what kind of toy? What does that mean? Toy driven? My dog is
So-
maybe not toy driven.
So
what
my
does that
dog
mean?
Cajun. So here, I give
Yeah.
you an idea. So we were just.
Oh, I love Cajun. He's the best.
So we were
Transitioning into the this is the Chris McKenzie dog segment, which I'm totally fine with because I fucking love dogs. And Chris has a Belgian Malinois.
Yeah. So this was last
Cajun.
year at the Bay Area Renaissance Festival. We were doing some dock diving.
Whoa!
All
Yeah,
right.
So we took second place in our category last year, which man,
Nice.
Oh, look
I'm
how
missing
proud
the-
she. Boy, yeah. Look how
yeah,
proud
that's
he is.
Cajun.
Cajun's the man.
Took second place in there, but it was it sucks because man, I really miss being able to do that. And there was even pet your dogs.
Oh, that's
You have so
awesome.
many good. I always see good
Oh.
pictures with Cajun though. Like Cajun's like this. Boy, he's
Dude,
fucking
that's the
super
kind of dog
smart,
I have
man.
right there.
So
That's my dog.
yeah, I know that's the dog.
This happens.
we're
Oh, so
doing
you both have crazy dogs. Congratulations.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that an
I don't know.
Inception? That was
That
Inception.
was
know, I
that
know,
was
I don't know.
Inception.
I feel like a warning should have came up. Like, do you have a problem with flashing lights, and do you have seizures from it? Because I almost fucking.
Seizure warning. Seizure warning.
Well, no, we even did.
Well, here, real quick, can you is there a picture of Winslow you can bring up? I gotta bring up my boy
Where's the
Winslow.
boy?
So Winslow,
big hand.
Are we sharing dogs? Is that where we're doing
Yeah, we're
right now?
certainly
today.
doing that.
Well,
Oh, totally
well, and
fucking
here's
sharing
why,
my dog
Tim.
right now.
I'll tell you why, Tim. I got a calendar notification today, and when you adopt a dog, you never know the dog's age, right? But when I adopted Winslow, he was very young, so we kind of made a
Yeah.
kind of a guess
There's
that he
the
was
bold
3
one.
months old. Oh my goodness. That is my boy Winslow. Winslow turns 5 today. Happy birthday to
look at
Winslow.
How can you
According
say
to the
no to
date
him?
that we made up for his birthday. Today is his birthday. And we love Winslow. Winslow's a beautiful rescue. He's a black lab mix. He has kind of a lick of white on his snout, and he's got a down arrow of white on his chest and white toes. He's a
Yeah,
good boy.
he's a sweet dog too. Because when we were doing day drinking one day, you had him with you, and that was a lot of fun with him because he was just super excited. Oh,
He's my only son.
Yeah,
My only son.
He
2
was
daughters. Only
super
son.
happy just to be out there at the beer garden and just having some
true.
fun, which was nice. And I'm super proud of this, so I'm gonna play this too, just because this was our winning jump at the. There he goes, splashing in the pool.
Oh my God! Did he catch that?
No, he dropped it.
I was gonna say it looked like he just barely missed it, but
Okay, yeah. So there we go. But yeah, it's.
all right. So Chris, have you seen the dog long jumping documentary on Netflix? There's
I
like
haven't.
a series on. What is this series? It's on. It's like on strange
here's my
strange
dog.
competitions. I think is
Shit.
is the nature of the series.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Tim and his doggo and his daughter. That's
There's my
so
puppy.
cute.
Yeah, my puppy.
Crazy pupper. Those dogs have so much fucking energy. Like it doesn't have to be a good or a bad way. It's just a way that these dogs have. They have a ton of fucking energy.
Oh, they're like magnets to people. I mean, they call them Velcro dogs because they just attach themselves to anyone. No, I mean, like everybody gets really excited about their dog, and like I leave for a few days, my dog gets really excited when I get home. But like if I left my dog for a day with someone, she will treat that person exactly the way she treats me. Like she will just obsess over them and just like beg them for attention the entire time that she's around them.
Look at this beer garden feed
It's,
with dog after.
I'm
It's
sorry,
this whole
I-
feed. You're so. By the way,
I've
Tim, I'm sorry
met
to
that dog, by the way.
sorry to interrupt. It's just dog after
you're
dog
fine, man.
after dog on this whole fucking feed. Keep scrolling. I swear to God, it's like. And I have so many pictures too that I don't.
Oh, by the
share.
way, Sarah is the best. She's my
Sarah.
Sarah is the best. I mean, you know what's funny is actually you put that out is I was just there recently, and everybody was so busy, and I was hanging out, and I didn't want to like bother any of these girls. I mean, I was tipping or whatever if I was on my tab, which was rare, but I didn't want to bother them. They had a lot of tables. They were all running around crazy. It was super busy, but goddamn. I completely lost where I was going with this.
Sarah. We're
Sarah.
talking about Sarah.
Sarah was the one. Thank you. No, thank you. No, Sarah was the one that would see me, and now I think she's one of your managers, correct?
Yes, she is.
Yeah. So she would see me, and she was just like she'd like
There
almost
he
spot
is.
me out, like flag me down, and be like, "What do you need?" She was just the best. Absolute
Sarah.
best.
Sarah has. So. The difference between men and women is real. This whole like new thing where my daughters are 13 and they're like, you can't talk about the difference between men and women and all this shit. Sarah has this touch that my male managers do not have.
Yeah, you're right.
She cares differently. Okay, it's not better and it's not worse. It's just different, and she really cares and she really notices, and she's really sweet. And what a lovely girl. And I'm very lucky to have Sarah as a part of my staff. Let me just say that out loud. By the way, she'll never listen to this. I know she won't, and that's fine. I'm announcing for the world, please don't steal my Sarah, because she is, she's really a rock star. She works hard. She cares about my staff. She cares about my business. I can't say more nice things about Sarah.
You're right. I mean, again, and I mean that in the best way, because it wasn't like Sarah was helping me to get tips, if that makes sense. Like, everybody was working to make money. You know what I mean? That's what they're there for. But Sarah was genuine and sincere, if that makes sense. And you could just tell.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't have in-depth conversations with her. You could just tell from her vibe that she's not there to, she just wants to make sure everybody's happy.
I agree.
And that's important. I mean, you guys nailed it with her for sure.
When you're in hospitality, go for it, bud. Go for it. Go do your thing.
Lampshade Lager, is that any good?
Which one?
Lampshade Lager.
I never heard of it. Who makes it?
No idea.
Oh.
It can't be bad. It's a lot. It's probably fine. Go do
He
it.
sent me home with it.
You
so
sure? You
check it
sure
out.
you're
I
right?
sent it home with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
All
were
right.
like, here.
Show me the
I
can.
mean, dude, the last couple times I've gone there, you gave me like, me and Dan brought like half a truck.
That's
full
true.
Of,
You guys raided my
Yeah.
fridge, so I don't know what was in that fridge. Hey, bring me the can. Let me see the can. That's fine.
You're just
Let me
like,
see.
take this shit. I don't know what this is. Take it away.
Well, no, I
Also,
mean,
I
it's
have a
not-
question, but I'll be right back.
So, we have 4 managers at the beer garden, and they are all fantastic. Let me be very, very clear. We have 4 great managers. We have an entirety of good staff. Sarah happens to be my only female manager, and I do absolutely see a difference between male managers and female managers. Male managers are very, just like myself, I think, very task-driven. I'm a very task-driven person. Sarah is much more soft skill driven, and also frankly also task driven. She's got a lot of talent. She came to me from boy, these guys must have dropped the ball. She was with me for a while too, doing 2 jobs, and she came to me as a manager from Chris. What is the wine place that's over on Boy Scout over by the mall?
I don't know too much in that area.
Oh man, I hate that when I tell stories and I forget the one detail that matters. Cooper's Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
Cooper's Hawk is over there. She came from Cooper's Hawk, which as a not a wine connoisseur at all. I do like wine. Cooper's Hawk wine is fine. That's the best I can give. So Sarah has definitely learned beer in a way that she doesn't have to. There's plenty of people behind the bar that know beer in a way that she doesn't have to know that, and she wants to know it. She's total package. She's really great. Very lucky to have her. I'm glad Tim brought her up. Again, unfortunately, she'll never hear this, but out into the universe, I say good words about Sarah.
Yeah.
Hi, Tim. What'd you get?
Hi, I'm back. Well,
Lampshade lager?
I did not have a bottle opener, and I did not have a lighter, so I
So no
just
lampshade
went
lager.
crushing another one of these.
So what is it again?
Solid smash it. This is the
Solid smash it.
Untitled Art. Was it
Right.
Untitled?
I got the Untitled Art.
Yeah,
No, not
I mean,
Untitled Art. It's
Ransack
Art.
the Universe. Collective Art. You're right.
Collective Arts Ransack is an IPA, and it is
Ransack the
fucking
Universe.
delicious.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
it is
Smash
very good.
all the way.
Tim needs a shard also.
Do you have a shard, Tim?
What's a shard? What's a shard?
Here,
It's on my
where's
keys
my
downstairs.
keys?
Sorry.
I know. Where are my keys?
All right, I got you.
I thought I had my keys here. You don't
I
have
got
it?
you. No. Mine are downstairs.
Oh, you're gonna show it on
Yeah.
video?
Shard.
I opened the manager's door. That means that my keys are probably out in the common area there.
Yeah. Oh, so back to my question real quick while we're figuring that out. Joel, now that I visited the beer garden when I was there,
Yeah.
obviously you had the 2 taps in the back
Yeah.
that are like. Now, who picks those out? Is that you, or is that just random shit that
No,
you have the
that's
staff
me.
pick out?
Well, I
Okay,
pick
that's
out
what I
every
thought.
tap here. No one else gets
it
to
was-
say what's on tap here. There are 0.0 people who tell me what's on tap here, including Dan Charlie. He knows better. He tells me he will insert his opinion exactly everywhere else in this business, not in the tap list.
Hey, I work with Dan on a very intimate level, and I've had a lot of conversation with Dan, and he will never ever challenge your knowledge of beer. Like you're his beer guy. Like you're the craft beer guy. You know, Dan's the, I don't know.
I will say that
leave that
I
conversation.
care and geek out about more about beer than most people I know, and I know a
Yeah.
lot of beer geeks. I do. And 90 minutes still rocks.
90 minutes, that's right.
It is very good.
Look how clear.
Super clear,
Look how
too.
clear, everybody.
Super
I mean,
clear.
seriously, this beer is whatever. Look, make fun of me. I don't care. Beer's
Judge
good.
you heavily.
Judge me heavily,
Uh-huh.
please. Keep judging.
Well, guys,
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock.
it's
It's getting late.
It's time
Getting
to
to that
call it.
point.
So let's see.
Love you guys.
A couple of weeks.
You guys are fantastic. 2 weeks, we should do this again instead of skipping one.
Maybe I'll get Dan to actually come.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be at the next one for sure.
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, I figured something came up.
And
Every once in a while, I bet you there's a show that I'm not on that you guys all have to do too. Every once in a while.
and Joel, the week of St. Patrick's Day,
Yes.
maybe.
Oh, well, that's Tampa Bay Beer Week. So if we could close out the show real quick. Sorry to keep you guys on the air for another hot minute, but Tampa Bay Beer Week is coming up, which is the first full week in March.
Right. So it would be the week. It would be next week then.
It is next week. It starts
Wait a
technically
minute.
it would start the 6th.
This week is the first full week. Oh, you mean full week from Sunday?
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh.
So
Sunday
next
start.
week. It's
So
like Thanksgiving.
theoretically, if it was not COVID, Tampa Bay Beer Week would start probably on Friday night with some kind of I forget what the kickoff event usually is. Then Saturday, Sunday would be. Wouldn't Sunday be the Brewers Ball,
Yeah,
right?
Brewers
which
Ball,
is
yeah.
which is not happening. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Hanapu Day would be on like
Saturday.
the 12th. And then Hangover Day would be on the 13th, and like all this shit would be happening. None of this is happening this year,
Thanks,
unfortunately.
COVID.
Thanks, COVID. So the one thing that we are doing at the Beer Garden, and it's not like an official event and an event time for you to come to, so that we don't have a crash of people. Not that we would, but who knows? On March 12th, we will change our entire tap list to Florida only. The reason that this is spectacular is because normally taps 1, 2, 3 are German, taps 4, 5, 6 are Belgian. And when I say German, I mean German for Germany and Belgium for Belgium. We are going to change them. They are going to be Florida. Like Barry House is a great example. We're going to have a Barry House beer on one of the German lines. We're going to have Copper Tails Triple, Chris. It's called
Unholy.
Unholy Triple, which is an American triple, but a triple nonetheless. We'll put that on one of the Belgian lines as an example. I'm going to try and do all 40 taps. I don't know if I'm going to get there with 40, but I'm pretty sure I can. We're going to try our best. That's going to be
awesome.
the one day. Friday, probably happy hour-ish. We'll tap all that shit. Saturday, we'll probably most of it run out. We're trying not to do major events to create crowds, so that's the one thing that we're doing. I think that you'll see some various beer dinners during Tampa Bay Beer Week that people might want to attend, but I wonder what the traffic's going to be like. I wonder what the beer tourism's going to be like. I don't know. Stay home this year.
Yeah.
Come back next year. We'll have way better events.
Well, the following week is open for me right now. So
Okay.
That's why
Well,
I said
I think that and you said that
that's
is
the
true.
week of
So
St. Patrick's Day.
I'm sorry, I missed your point. Yes, so the 7th to the 13th would be Beer Week, and then the 17th, which is St. Patty's Day, is the following week. So you're talking about that week doing?
Yeah, maybe Monday, Tuesday. I don't know.
Yeah, National Beer Day is on the Wednesday of April 7th. I think
Well, that's a whole nother month.
Yeah, that's a whole other
Yeah,
month
I know,
away.
we
But
shoot every two weeks, so
I mean, to Tim's
quick.
point, we keep doing it too sporadically, so maybe planning that day would be good too. But
Yeah.
Chris, yes, I think that week will probably work really well for me.
Okay. Well,
It'd be a good one.
I tell you what. Why don't we? I'll text you off to the side. We'll figure out a day, and then
Yes,
that way
please.
we can do some day drinking too. And
Sounds
go
good.
from there.
All right. Well, cheers to you three. We're missing Dan Charlie today, but cheers.
he's here. In
We will see you soon, and have a good one.
Cheers,
All
guys.
right.
Have
Cheers,
a great
guys.
evening.
Love, peace, and
All
air
right.
grease.
Bye-bye.
All right.